Manchester United will be taking on Everton in the FA Cup, and how good are we playing at the moment? Don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but you can't help it when you see Marcus Rashford playing with a smile on his face, because every time he gets near that penalty area, he's an absolute menace, and that poor decision making and hesitancy that we've seen from him in previous seasons doesn't seem to be there anymore at the moment. So hopefully that continues. I want to see Garnacho get a shot here, as well as Antony, because I don't think we've seen enough from him when it comes to goal output. As for Everton, we know they're struggling to say the least. They have a very hard-working midfield, but it does lack goals. So for this game, I think we can keep another clean sheet, and I'm going to predict a 2-0 win for United.
Hi, Solo here from the Man United Edge, and I'm here to give you my score prediction for Manchester United versus Everton. It's not going to be the easiest game. Frank Lampard's under a lot of pressure. It is a must-win game for them, but at the same time, we're at home. So I'd like to see a bit of rotation today. There's a lot of games coming thick and fast for Manchester United. I do believe in the process at the moment with Ten Hag. Whatever player we drop, I believe the next player will come in and actually will perform. Going into this game, we need to start off on the front foot as well, I believe. And I honestly believe we should win this game 2-1. So I'm going to go predict Manchester United to get this over the line with 2-1, get us to the next round. We need to try and win a trophy this season. So let's kickstart it right now and let's get to the next round of the FA Cup. So 2-1 win for Manchester United today. So guys, thank you so much. And remember, please hit that like and share and subscribe button for the Paddock. Thank you.
Ross Murphy and my Paddock matchday predictions. Manchester United face Everton in the FA Cup at Old Trafford. Since Man United have come back from the World Cup, we played in League Cup against Burnley, which we won 2-0. And then since then, we've had Premier League wins against Forest, Wolves and recently against Bournemouth without conceding a goal. We're up against an Everton side who most recently in the Premier League lost 4-1 to Brighton. There were question marks whether would Frank Lampard may or may not be in charge. I think he probably will be. And if he loses against United, it probably might be his last game. As for United, I'm probably seeing most of the same against Bournemouth, probably the same aim 11, or there might be some changes. Probably Martinez could be back in the starting 11, or we might see Fred and maybe Antony back in the starting 11. And I think if United score the first goal, I think we can turn over Everton and we'll make it through to the next round. My score prediction for the game, I'm going to go for a 2-0 Manchester United win. Make sure you like, share and subscribe to Stretford Paddock, and as always, come on United.
Big up Stretford Paddock for getting me on today. I don't think we should be going into this match today though thinking we're just going to win. If we do get a goal, we will win 3-1. We will win. But if we're just messing about and letting them play and letting them do their game against us, then it ain't going to be like that. It could end up like anything. Look at them against City last week, 1-1, up a good fight. So I don't think we should be just taking them easy like that. But I do think we will beat them 3-1 though, because I think we will take them serious. Yeah, because it will just ruin the confidence. The first FA Cup game knocked out, that's just going to ruin confidence. It doesn't matter if the players are started or not, it's a whole team confidence. So you don't really want that. But, you know, if we do win tonight and then we've got some youngsters in, I say just let them play the majority of these cup games. And that means we can put our first choice starting 11 in the league games. So why not go for both? If we were struggling for like players and stuff, I would understand. But we've got enough players, enough youngsters. Yeah, we've not got a striker. Yeah, we do need another midfielder, I think personally, and another fullback. But as a backup, but I think we'll be alright. I think we'll be alright tonight. 3-1 win. Let's get it going, lads.
Welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is the Watchalong for Manchester United versus Everton with a tyrannical producer Ethan in the background there. Please be quiet for the opener. I'm joined by David Scott. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, man. A little bit fearful that Ethan sounded like my mum.
He was going crazy then, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. Quiet.
Silence.
Tyrannical's a good word.
Yeah. Tyrannosaurus Rex. How are you doing, Joe?
Very good, thank you, Joe.
You're looking well.
Thank you very much. We've spent all day together, really, haven't we?
It's been nice.
Went for a nice run together.
Do you know when you're like 13 and you just spend like 2 weeks with a mate?
Yeah.
Me and Joe did that all day today.
We're not things to say.
Anyway, Manchester United are playing Everton. That's like we scripted that one.
that was very
Man
good.
United
There'll be a
playing
couple of those
Everton.
scripted things throughout the show.
In the FA Cup third round, the first round as I like to call it, because I've got a Premier League bias.
That's terrible.
Nah, I'm only joking. I don't really call it that. But I'm excited for this. Just FA Cup generally. Give me your thoughts. Not maybe as a competition as a whole, but certainly this season, Man United, our chances and how much you want to win it.
I really want to win it. I mean, any silverware where the season would be fantastic. But I think everyone's getting this sense of optimism that we haven't had at Old Trafford for a long time. The FA Cup's, second by the Premier League in domestic trophies that we could win. I don't see any reason to knock out competition. I don't see any reason why we couldn't go on to lift it. And there's the added value tonight. If United win, then I think it'll be the end of Frank Lampard. So that'd be nice to send him out on his ass.
Interesting, isn't it? What about you, Joe?
Yeah, I think I'm a big fan of the FA Cup. And you know what? If we win tonight, we beat Charlton as well. We go 8 games sort of winning on the bounce, which is incredible. And that's kind of what you need when you win an FA Cup, innit? You need to just get through these rounds. Next thing you know, you're at Wembley in a semi-final. That's a trip that United fans haven't been on for a while. And then you're at a final. And you know what? Bring it on, because he's shown that he can beat some pretty good teams one-on-one. We beat Liverpool this year. Arsenal, probably. Are we the only team to beat Arsenal?
Yeah.
Still the only team to beat the top of the league. City come to Old Trafford soon this month. So I think I'm excited. I think we can beat pretty much any team on the day.
It's scary how optimistic I'm getting.
Yeah.
But I'd like
high down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just looking at you there, and I just think of conversations we've had over the last sort of 3 years about winning anything, and it's nice to have that sort of. We have a chance, whereas previously it's like, fucking, how low are we going to drop this season? But now, there's like contrast with last year when Rangnick came in and we're all gegenpressing.
It was so wild, that Rangnick thing, wasn't it?
Pressing a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't really know what it means.
Yeah, you do. Just
No.
There's a Steve Alson video somewhere that I'll tell you about that. But if you compare like where we are now, I think everything's to play for, really.
Yeah.
Top 4.
We'll get into some more of that in a minute. I want to go through a few of the fixtures, but the team news is out, so we've got the team news there. Full strength team that. We've got David De Gea, Delo, Varane, Shaw back into centre back, Maguire on the bench, and Malacia at left back. Then that again, front 6 is. I mean, this is first choice team, isn't it?
Yeah,
to a man,
you'd say
really.
first choice.
Other than obviously Martinez, who I guess is deemed not to be ready yet. Casemiro, Eriksen, Fernandes, Rashford, Martial, Antony. Give me thoughts on that team, Joe.
I like it. I like that is probably what we can do right now. Instead of Martinez, our strongest output. I think that they are ready for this, and I think Martial needs a good game today because there's a lot of talk about different players that are going to come in January. If he makes himself known at a busy Old Trafford in an FA Cup third round, he sticks the ball in the back of the net a couple of times and he says, right, I'm the starting. Whereas you don't know what's going to happen in terms of the different strikers coming in. Upsetting to see Sancho even kicking him out in the subs. I thought, there's rumours about him being back and rumours about him training again. I don't know, even just seeing his name would be great because on his day, he's in that starting 11, but he's got a long way to go. But yeah, Antony and Rashford's still on this incredible run. And that midfield 3 is just, it's becoming world class every game they play together. Yeah. So the more and more games, especially on Old Trafford crowd, that the more they can embed themselves as a trio. I can't wait to see what happens in the future.
Yeah, what do you make of that team? Are you surprised by how strong it is? Because, like I said, other than Martinez, who's on the bench, that's as good as it gets for you.
No, I'm not surprised really, because I think that's what sort of Ten Hag's strategy is. And he always wants to play his strongest team to go up against whatever competitor there is against. Doesn't seem to be one that's going to drop players for any given competition. So I'm happy that he's put out the strongest 11 there. But just to echo what Joe said about the midfield, outside of Man City, that's got to be the best midfield in the league, I'd say, and it just shows the difference. I think Casemiro is the best midfielder in the league this season.
He's fighting for that spot, and for that number 1. I mean, I can't see anyone who's made more of an impact. I think why Casemiro's the lights being shown on Casemiro so much is because of how much we've needed him. So United fans are really identifying him as a saviour because we've not had that player in our team. So I still think he'll be amongst the conversation. I think Casemiro has just been a shining light. The thing of the midfielders we've had to suffer for a long time.
Well, we had two midfielders trying to do the one job that he's doing this season, not the McFred situation. And if you look at what Casemiro brings to United now, like the goal Luke Shaw scored the other night, I don't think Luke Shaw has the confidence, or our defenders have the confidence to press on. No. If we haven't got that sort of stable defensive midfielder at the back.
Isn't it? And like you said, we've had 2 players trying to do the same thing, and one thing. You don't matter how many players you put in there, if you don't have positioning and decision making, you can put 20 players in the midfield, they'll still get passed through. And I think that's the thing we saw with Fred and McTominay. And I've seen Fred in the last couple of weeks coming on as a sub has been excellent, and he's got a role in the squad, and so has McTominay. I thought he might start today, McTominay, but he hasn't. But not to slag them off too much, but the thing that we saw so often with them is neither of them in the right spot. You can have two players, but they're just both doing the wrong thing. That's possible as well. So it's almost like one player who's doing the right thing can be even better than two doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And I think the amount of times already this season is either scored goals or done things that have led either directly or indirectly to goals. We did a video on the other day, and check it out if you haven't already. But even just in the Forest game, the tackle at the other end of the pitch next to our defence. So he covered Varane, who got skinned on the touchline, which we don't talk about now because it didn't lead to a goal. It could easily have been a mistake that, Varane gets skinned and it leads to a goal, but it doesn't because he covers his centre-back. Then he slides in for the ball, and not just does he win the ball, he basically passes it with the same motion as the tackle to, I think it was Bruno, who then played it to Rashford, who played it to Martial, and we scored. So it's like, it's not an assist, and it's not a goal-saving tackle, but he's actually spared Varane's blushes and start off the counter-attack at the other end. And you can have as many players as you want in there. Most of them can't do that, and it's so impressive to see it week in, week out.
Yeah, and this is the sort of thing that doesn't make the highlights real. And like when people like Souness was saying that Casemiro's just like, he's a water carrier, he's not like a world-class player. Let's have this right. Real Madrid managed to play that football because they had that base. Covered in front of the defenders, and it's the naivety that people don't appreciate in that position. And when we know all too well, because we were playing them at Fred, and to credit to both of them, I think their better positions is further up the field. So we're having two players that don't play in that position trying to play alongside each other, which must have been an absolute nightmare. But confidence breeds confidence, and it's just there's not one player on that pitch that they're going to start tonight that's had a bad season.
No.
Going from strength to strength. I mean, Luke Shaw, revelation.
He's been unbelievable this season, and we see it on the stats. Like every game, most games, he's made the most passes for United. Like he's
so what we saying
so
here then? Luke
Shaw
is when everyone's fit centre back wise, Luke Shaw is our third best centre back. If he carries on in this incredible form, picking up clean sheet after clean sheet, let's not forget, and beating Everton, we might beat Charlton as well.
He needs to prove more yet, doesn't he? Because he's
come up against a big team.
He's smartly playing him against teams that aren't doing quite as well. I don't think we'd see that against Salah or De Bruyne or whatever, Haaland. But I think to know that he can play there in certain games, I mean, it makes sense because if you think of his characteristics, they're not that different from Martinez. Especially on the ball, he offers a lot of the same things. Off the ball, obviously, Martinez's defensive position is better. I think he's more tenacious and he likes defending more than Shaw does. But on the ball, which is just as big a job in this type of possession-based system, he's very similar. He runs forward with the ball very well. He's got a very good passing range. He's reliable under pressure. Like Luke Shaw never gives the ball away. He's excellent at that. I mean, he'd probably fucking give one away and we'll concede tonight. But he's consistently reliable on the ball. So I think it makes sense to put him there. And I think on the ball is certainly better than any of the other options we've got there except Martinez.
And the thing that we've learned from Ten Hag is that he's quite loyal to players that are having a good run in the team. Like I know Martinez just won the World Cup and eventually will come back in, but I think it'll come down to Shaw maybe making a bit of a clanger or stuff, or we might need rotation. But Shaw's built himself into a back four, but I didn't see this happening. You know what I mean? And it just, is it down to Ten Hag? Has Luke Shaw found something about himself as to? Because I think the talent's always been there with Luke Shaw as a player.
Yeah, we've seen it, haven't we? We've seen.
But it was always glimpses and stuff. I think obviously the major factor for the trajectory not keeping on what it was the injury back against was it Bayern Munich? I think he got injured against
PSV.
PSV wasn't it? Yeah, a few years ago. So the talent's always been there, but I think it's just the application of his want to be there, and I think many of us expect him to maybe be out. Especially with Malacia starting as well as he had.
Yeah, no, it's interesting, isn't it?
I mean, that is the team in terms of the derby, which is probably the biggest game in our calendar for January. Yeah. The defence changes, but that for us is the starting 11, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's literally, if everyone's fit, there's one change there. Shaw goes to left back, Martinez comes in at centre back. Yeah. But otherwise, I mean, I want to talk about him in a second, but that is it, isn't it, really?
It is.
You mentioned it before about Martial. To me, he looked better early in the season when he was coming on as a sub than he has done since he started. I think he's the one player, I mean, Antony's another one we'll talk about as well, but he's the one player, Martial, where I think we need to see a bit more from you, especially when we don't have any other options in that position, but also it's the position we're looking to buy someone in, certainly in January, probably in the summer as well. He's not just, he's playing for the next 2 or 3 years of his career here because, if we're honest, he was awful for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
This season it's his sort of last chance, and he started really well. His goals per minute was really good and all that, but what have you thought about him for the last, basically since the World Cup?
Since the World Cup, he drifts a lot, Martial. If the game's not going well or going through him, he seems to hide on the pitch. But again, like you were saying, last 2 seasons, similar to Luke Shaw, I thought Martial was well out of the door. And now whether it's down to the Ronaldo situation, whether he's got a new lease of life, but you are right, he is playing for his United career. Whether we're going to buy a new striker or loan someone in the winter window, I'm not too sure. But he's still got a lot to prove because he was so bad for so long. It's the one position he's the one player that you'd expect to replace if we bought somebody else in.
It's never a good thing when the names that are floated about of who we might be getting in January excite me more in that start 11 than Martial, because I see different names that we're getting and I think, I would rather see them in that starting 11 than Martial, just because I've enjoyed what was like the sort of second coming earlier this season of Martial, but we mentioned there, Joe did, that it was being an impactful substitution where he could use his pace to really sort of go at a weakened or tired defence, and that's where we got the most out of him. When he starts a game and he's got to learn about the game and embed himself straight away, I do think you're right, he drifts away from some of the action, he's never really in the mix, and if he spends a year in this position, we'll line up all of the strikers from the biggest clubs in the Premier League, and he'll be way, way down the bottom with goals scored.
Yep.
And if you want to be at the top of the league, your front man has to score goals. And if it's not every week, it's week in, and then the next week after that, and that's how you win leagues. That's how we've always won.
Yeah, we need like I know Ten Hag.
Rashford's sort of picking up.
Ten
Hag
said that he expects Rashford to score 20 goals this season. The thing is with Martial, and he's very similar to Rashford and Sancho, is that they like playing out on the wing and then cutting inside. If you take Martial out of there and put in like a proper number 9 in the prime Kane, Haaland, Ibrahimovic, you know what I mean? A proper goal scoring striker, because there's enough talent around there to get the balls in the box. But Martial's, I've never felt that he was an out-and-out number 9.
Antony's is the elephant in the room a bit, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because he needs a good game
World
soon.
Cup.
He's been pausing since the World Cup.
Yeah.
He looks like he's got talent in there. It's just trying to find it. And against what is often quite a very tough Premier League defensive line, which is what a lot of people highlight. They always say you need a season to embed, but I mean, when you spend a good amount of money like you did on him, you'd want a bit more than what we got. I mean, we've still got the odd goals here and there, and you see a little bit of him. Sometimes his passes look a little bit off, and his skills, I don't know, he doesn't set the world alight as much for me.
But do you know, I mean, you've got to give him that year.
Yeah.
Sure, that season. If you look at his stats comparatively to Man City when they bought Grealish for more money than Antony, he didn't provide what Antony's providing in half a season at Old Trafford. I know what you mean.
He looked all right.
I think he started too well.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? We're like, yes, this is what it's going to be week in, week out, and then we expect that. Then
it wasn't just even his performance; it was the actual game itself. United Arsenal.
It was the manner of it.
It was intense. It was their first defeat. It was an incredible game at Old Trafford, back and forth action, and to score that like he did. Yeah,
it's some way to sort of announce yourself to United fans, wasn't it? But so you can understand where there's a little level of disappointment. But I think it will come. I mean, you've got to take into the context of that they had a crap World Cup, Brazil, and that the sort of hangover.
Yeah, and I think he's got 4 goals or 5 goals, 3 or 4 goals in 8 games. So it's not that bad, but it's just the last couple of performances haven't been good enough, really.
Yeah, I don't want to be too.
But it's good that we're pointing out Antony as being the mistake in like a perverse way, because previously we'd be like, all right, well, he's playing crap. Our biggest problem is either Martial up front or Antony on the right. Everywhere else seems. I'd rather the problems were that end of the pitch than us shipping goals every week in, week out.
And also, we're saying that there's a couple of issues there. They've both scored multiple goals this season. I think Martial's got 5 goals and Antony's got 3 or 4 goals.
Yeah,
as
we're
well. So
nitpicking.
it's not like they've done nothing. They're just not quite where you want them to be. Acid Dieu says, Thuram, Giroud or Morata? I think if it's short term, I mean, you won't get Thuram short term. I think that'd be longer. But if it's short term, I'd probably go Morata. I
think Morata's about the sort of number 9 that we need. Giroud's unorthodox, and I think he plays better alongside someone up front. So yeah, I tend to agree with that.
What would you say?
I like something about Giroud. I've always kind of liked the fact that he can be a bit of a nuisance, can't he? And if you've got Rashford in, the only thing about Rashford is for Antony as well is I feel like Rashford he's got a great eye on goal, and he won't supply Giroud as much as he needs to because he knows he can do it himself. He knows he can make those runs and get the ball, and he can shoot and score. Whereas Giroud, I think, needs kind of two wingers instead of what Rashford is essentially. He's a striker that plays wide and cuts in because he's so good at it. So Giroud would be interesting because he's a bit slower in his but he had a decent World Cup, and I don't know. This is our ambitions now. We want to get top four.
I know, we're not tired of buying aging strikers.
It's very boring, isn't it? But this is Ten Hag. This is a new manager. This might be all he can get this January.
It's hard though as well, because even when you think about, let's go into the summer, and let me know in the comments who you would get. Let's say you've got 100 million quid to spend on a striker in the summer. Who would you even get? Because it's someone like the big names that you hear about.
Would you get a Premier League striker?
Victor Osimhen, who is decent, but has had his injury problems and doesn't score that many goals. I'd rather went for Kane, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's really good.
Next summer.
I mean, over Victor Osimhen, yeah, I'd take him over him. I think he's a better player. He scored way more goals. I don't know how much Kane would cost, but what was it? It was only 2 seasons ago they turned down 100 million, didn't they? But now he's 2 years.
2 years
into
old.
That contract, 2 years older.
How old is he now? 29.
I think he'll
30?
be 30 in July. So you're buying a 30-year-old striker
for 100 million.
Well, I'm not saying I would pay 100 million, but assuming it was less than that, maximum 100 million, I'm saying.
Oh, right, okay.
Like, I'm trying to rule out the sort of.
They come at a premium, don't they? Because they're sort of they're limited across Europe, aren't they? I really liked. I don't think he had a great World Cup, but he won the World Cup. Martinez, who was centre forward for Argentina, plays at Inter Milan.
Yeah, he had a stinker of a World Cup though, didn't he?
He did, but
I know that doesn't matter really, but.
He won the World Cup. I'd take a stinker and win the World Cup.
You just got to be careful of that, and you got to make sure you get it, because if you're putting a lot of money into someone who you want to lead your attacking line for 4 or 5 years, you've got to make sure it's the best player.
But you think Harry Kane, like I said, he'll be just turning 30 at the start of next season. So you get.
You love Harry Kane, where's this?
Because I'm trying to think. Because the point I'm making is there aren't very many either proven or even half-proven strikers around Europe that you can get for less than 100 million quid. Napoli wanted 100 million quid and Ronaldo for Osimhen last year. So like you're looking at stupid money, whereas Kane you could probably get him for more like that or less. And this season, because Haaland's gone ballistic, Kane's got 15 goals in 18 games in the league this season.
Yeah, it's good.
Imagine adding that to our team. And 16 goals in all competitions. Last season, he's just the most consistent, ridiculous player. 27 goals, 10 assists last season. The season before that,
if we get Harry Kane, do you think
33 goals, 17 assists?
That's a league-winning signing, isn't it?
It definitely is, and it could have. I mean, we're talking about age. How old was Van Persie when he signed for United? Because he must have been 30. So I mean, it could have the Van Persie effect. And as we've been alluding to there in the starting lineup tonight, that team with a Kane up front, could go on to do big things. Do we need a number 9 striker? Can we not play football a different way? Have Arsenal got an out-and-out goal scorer and they're top of the league? Is that the only way we can win the league?
No, it's not. And
it's the way Ten Hag likes to play, isn't it?
Who was his centre forward?
He had to start with. It was a mixture. It was I can't remember his name. De Jong, wasn't it? He had De Jong there for a while, and then he would play almost no strikers for a little bit, and then Sebastian Haller went there after he was at
West Ham. He played false 9 for a bit, didn't he? If Ten Hag,
but he would play with almost no strikers at times, and I don't mind that, obviously. But the problem is, you look at the league table, we've scored less than all the teams around us.
Yeah.
And somehow that needs to change. Whether it's Antony scoring a few more, Rashford scoring, like people chipping in, or whether you would just inject an extra 20 goals a season by getting Harry Kane. But then again, you look at Man City, and you've got the top scoring striker in Europe, and they're not top. They're doing worse than they've done in recent seasons. So it doesn't necessarily guarantee you trophies. I think they'll still win the league, but you don't just win every game because you've got a good striker. But part of me thinks we need to see more from Martial, because it's not just been a few weeks. It's been the form over the last 2 years is he's not scoring enough.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that you say you think City are going to win the league, and that's because. and you speak to some City fans that we sort of doing our job. City fans can believe that they can go on from now to the end of the season and not lose.
Yeah.
And that's their confidence, but that's because obviously Pep's done it for them a couple of times, but it's because they've got such a variety of attacking players. And I think it might be just having confidence. United fans, we could have that confidence next year if we look at our attacking lineup and we can see goals in every single one of them. Unfortunately, at the minute, you're still thinking, oh, well, he may score. Well, yesterday, obviously, he makes a change, Pep, where he puts Grealish and Mahrez on, and there's goals between them, and obviously it was a great ball. Keeper should have done better, but it goes in the back of the net. They get 3 points. So it's just maybe getting a variety of players in our attacking lineup where we have got great confidence that they can all do it. Because Sancho, we need confidence back in him. You know, he was a player we've lusted for years, and he was okay in one season, but he can hopefully be that player that, you know, we get back in and he scores.
Just on that, James Ducker today in the Telegraph was talking about the Duckmaster General.
Lovely.
Was talking about Sancho, and he said that he's still on his individual training plan, even though he's now back at Carrington. He's now been out for 8 weeks, and he's only just back in doing sort of small group work with the rest of the team. So he's not on the regular training with everyone else. He's still doing
icebreakers.
Yeah, he holds a teddy line and he says one fact about himself and what his favourite food is.
Which play would you want to catch you, Joe?
To pardon?
To catch you when you fall.
Oh, if I'm falling backwards, just whoever's the Maguire, he's just the strongest and biggest, isn't he? Might not be the strongest. Casemiro. Casemiro's probably the strongest.
Oh, nice. Dave?
I don't know. Martinez.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, it would be. Lovely. What about you? You get 2.
That's tight.
It is tight, that.
It's so tight, isn't it?
Go on, who would it be
don't
then?
even
If
rise,
you're doing a
don't
trust fall, you're falling backwards, who do you want to catch you?
You know, I think he's got soft arms, Bruno Fernandes. I think he moisturises.
He's like, yeah, but the thing is, his arms are always up in the bloody air.
You dropped me.
Apparently, Ten Hag won't rush Sancho back despite a lack of options in the attack, and he's looking for a total reset needed to address his fitness and mindset, and he's still off social media, Sancho.
Do you think it's more mindset than fitness?
Yeah, well, I think one has led to the other, because I think fitness is only application, isn't it? You either get fitness or you don't.
But you can be mentally fit as well. That's the same. It doesn't.
Yeah,
fall,
but I think his physical fitness is
Yeah.
an issue, but it's because of his lack of mental
How
fitness.
it is, Joe.
What?
What?
Well, James Ducker's saying it, not me. But yeah, I think it's clear that there are some.
Sancho comes back and is a fit player and playing to the ability that we expect him to.
Yeah.
Does that mean Rashford moves in where Martial has? What's the best 11 there? In that situation, so I mean, we're very heavy. We're very heavy on the left hand side.
Yeah. I'll maybe play Sancho on the right if he's
What, move Antony away?
Keep Martial. Well, whoever is underperforming. So if Martial's underperforming, then you put, and let's say Sancho's in great form, then you put Sancho on the left, Rashford up front, Antony on the right. If Antony's underperforming, Sancho on the right, Rashford. You know, I think the good thing is Rashford can play on the right, but I think his best position is left, followed by centre. Antony can play on the right, Martial can play on the left and the centre.
I've always liked Rashford down the middle. Me sometimes I just think the more and more he gets goals, the more and more I see him. And obviously he likes drifting out wide now and again. But if there's that rotation that we kind of saw in pre-season a little bit, we saw all the players moving around, free flowing to front three. When you've got players playing at the best of their ability, they kind of go where they fucking want.
I think it depends on the opposition. I think Rashford plays well as a number 9. When the opposition will play football like a City or Liverpool, where it's a bit more expansive football. But when it's a tight opposition, then I think Rashford can go missing a little bit when he comes up against them defenders that aren't going to move off the spot. You know what I mean?
Do you worry about this Sancho situation? Because I don't think I've ever seen a player basically need 8 weeks off once the season started to kind of get himself into match readiness. Have you ever seen that before?
Do you know what? Yeah, I don't know. Is it because of the news articles and because of the attention drawn to it? Because we say he needs 8 weeks off. The World Cup was in the middle of that. You just don't know what he would have done there. Was he on this individual programme then? Maybe so. 8 weeks to get your mind and your body fit again.
Well, the thing
know,
is,
it
8
feels
weeks
like-
isn't a lot of time to turn your mind around because, depending on what it is,
changes every day.
things take a lot longer than 8 weeks to sort of resolve and overcome and look at in different ways. And, a lot of
There's no
things take more
actual
than 8 weeks.
injury, and it was just fitness. 8 weeks
Apparently,
seems
yeah.
like a long time.
It does, yeah. And
So I feel like
it is
more of a mental issue.
I don't
well, I
think
think
I've
about-
seen that before.
Yeah, well, I think the body's easier to sort of get up to scratch than it is the mind, really.
Yeah.
The only thing I can liken it to was, do you remember Adriano, who used to play for Inter Milan? I think Inter Milan sent him back to Brazil to try and do a similar sort of thing because I think he had mental health problems and that didn't end too well. That was pretty much the end of his career. But it's got to be, first and foremost, what is right for Sancho as a person as much as a player. And it seems like the poor kid seems to be going through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's right that Ten Hag shouldn't rush him back because it'd be detrimental, and that's what Solskjaer was guilty of a lot of times with Rashford. How many times is Rashford injured? Well, we need him.
Anyway.
Let's throw him back in, and then he's knackered again 2 weeks later. So we're building for the future.
Yeah, and hopefully a difference with Adriano and Sancho is I think a lot of that stuff with Adriano started with a big injury, didn't it? He had a big injury, and then never really mentally or physically.
Well, I think his dad passed away as well.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah,
so I think it was I read a quote from him the other day. I think it was the injury. What?
Did you? That's pretty
From Adriano. Yeah. I think it was the
You're
injury.
always on, aren't you?
And then he
You're
never
always on.
quite got it back, and then his dad passed away, and then he struggled to sort of get anything together after that. But yeah, hopefully with Sancho, obviously, there's no fundamental injury underpinning all of this that physically he can't overcome. So
there's no rush though, is there?
No, exactly.
We're already playing better football and in a better position than any of us could have dreamed of at the beginning of the season, especially after the first 2 games started. So I think Ten Hag seems to be a patient man. He like he keeps saying, he was asked about if we're in a league title race today, didn't he? And he was like, no, but we'll concentrate on Everton and the next game. Yeah. So, Sancho will take as long as he needs, and then it won't be surprised if we didn't see him till the summer.
Yeah, maybe not. We've got a few quotes from Ten Hag. He's talking, saying it's important, talking about the return of Delo and Antony. He said it's also what they play for to find their connection on the pitch. Them two together, those don't play together since before the World Cup, have they?
Who?
Antony and Dalot. Because I don't think Dalot started a game since the World Cup.
Because Wan-Bissaka was playing.
Yeah, so this is the first time in nearly 2 months of those two playing together. Talking about Ten Hag talking about Shaw at centre-back. He said it's also a tactical choice. They form a very good hinge with Rafa and Tyrell Malacia played very well, so I keep that. So that's the first time they're admitting that it's not just that Maguire's ill, which is what he said last time he did this. Now he's putting it down to a tactical decision, which is interesting because obviously basically admitting that Shaw is ahead of Maguire in the pecking order for left-sided centre-backs.
So he goes, well, if
I think he has
fully
two
fit.
different. I think he likes to have who he considers to be his right centre backs and who he considers to be his left centre backs. I think they're two different lists. So I think it's go on. How are we going to?
I was just going to say, how would you rank him? Where does Lindelof? Is Lindelof at the bottom, and then it goes?
Lindelof is the second option at the right centre back, I think, and then left hand side. It looks now like it's Martinez 1, Shaw 2, Maguire 3, which is mad, really, when you think about it, innit?
End of Maguire's days?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think if he goes to the right, like the way Tottenham play at the minute, I know I said this a few weeks ago, but the way Tottenham play at the minute, Maguire would slot in there perfectly.
Quick swap.
Sitting in his own box.
Harry for Harry.
Heading the ball out for 50 minutes. Did you watch him against Palace the other day? It is the least deserved 4-0 I've ever seen.
Really?
The first half, honestly, Palace had Spurs pinned in their box for like 25 minutes in a row. It was ridiculous. And then they got a nice little goal, and then after that Palace fell apart because that's what Palace do. But like they were like chances, they were just like the ball would come down and the Tottenham players would just boot it as far up the pitch as they could and then just wait on the edge of the box for the next wave of attack to come. Maguire would be world class in a system like that. I don't think he's quite right for what Ten Hag's trying to do. Got some super chats.
Love it.
Oh, should we read them?
I'll read them out.
We've got nothing to do but read them.
Sort of.
Yeah, it's in. It's sort of
transit.
For those who don't know, the TV's currently not working, but we've got multiple.
We were
people
watching
on the case.
Emmerdale, which had me going.
What do you mean, how'd you going? Is it the farm?
Did you not hear?
Is it the smell of the farm that gets you aroused, isn't it?
It is.
Nothing quite like a thatched roof and a bit of
Andy
horse
Tate
shit.
laughing his head off.
DV says, what are your views on Vlahovic, the Juventus young Serbian striker? I believe he's Serbian.
Not seeing him, sorry. Apologies, not seeing
The lad who came from Fiorentina to
Yes,
Juventus. I was saying that United should sign him when he was at Fiorentina.
Yeah.
Very similar to Haaland, great free kick taker. He could fit into that system that we're talking about there, like out and out striker. Juventus are having massive troubles at the moment.
Weird,
with a lot
isn't it?
Well, I don't think it's that weird, to be honest.
No, but it's weird that you go back 5 years and you say this team is going to be shit and implode financially.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised because they'd won, 6 in a row at that time?
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you go back 3 or 4 years prior to that, then they'd been relegated due to the Calciopoli.
That was
disaster.
Do you remember all that?
Yeah.
Circle of
That
life.
was such a mad time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What, when Juventus went down? The same after Rangers, didn't it, as well? They went down.
Yeah,
and,
but that wasn't for match fixing, though, was it?
No, they just collapsed in the club.
Yeah.
That was mad, yeah. Rangers,
But
like,
I'm just
win
talking
the
about
league
big
every other
teams that
year.
just kind of fell and
Yeah.
they had to come back up and survive. Crazy. isn't it?
Lucky nothing like that ever happened to United, eh? Jefferson Steele says, why is McNeil not considered for rotation with Martial, especially in cup games? Is he just purely not good enough? We are so thin up top. I don't know to answer that question. I think he's not considered by Ten Hag to be of the right standard, but also Martial's not played many games this season. I think he needs minutes in his legs more than he needs resting at the minute because he's still getting up to fitness. He
needs to find form rather than be expected just to come in
Yeah.
and be on form, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think Ten Hag is sort of hesitant to play any of the young kids? Because if we look at last season, we were seeing a lot of the Zidane Iqbals and Savage was getting games and stuff. And I know like our team wasn't as strong as it is now, which may have dictated that choice. But are you a little bit disappointed in some of the games where they're not getting a breakthrough?
Who was on the bench? Who's on the bench, Evie? Can you put the thing back on? Because yeah, you're right. Iqbal was. He was a.
Because we're all quite.
He'll be on the bench today.
No,
If you look at that,
there's
only Garnacho there.
and this is a cup game, which you think, given Everton's form, we could be comfortably winning. This will be egg on my face by half time. So you know what I mean. Previous managers would be winning the game. And it'd be like, let's bleed in these younger players, and it doesn't seem to have that.
So why is that? Do you not think he just wants to not put that much pressure on them?
But
Bed them in slowly. Garnacho.
We've seen a lot of Iqbal on the bench in Premier League games.
Yeah, we.
But he's not come on much. I think also he's playing Garnacho every other week.
Yeah.
So he is playing a young. He was playing for the under-18s last season when he got Garnacho. So he's a young kid who's getting minutes most games.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's enough for now. Especially I think the Europa League. The thing that fucked us there is losing that first game, which meant we had to win every single game for the end of it. Because then you can't rotate. If we'd have beaten Sociedad, wasn't it? If we'd have beaten them, then we could have maybe mixed up a bit more. But we were always on the back foot after that. Danny says, could Sancho play as a 10, passing, intelligence, in between the lines, as may lack pace from a Premier League winger?
Who do you makes way?
Yeah, Bruno, I guess. Maybe his rotation against certain teams. I don't think he's got the industry and the work rate of Bruno. I think that's what lets him down if you're playing.
I think for me, it very much like a sort of Kevin De Bruyne in terms of when Bruno plays well, we play well. Kevin De Bruyne plays well for City, they play well.
Yeah.
He was off the mark the first half against Chelsea last night, and then things sort of changed a little bit in the second half, maybe a pep talk. But I see when Bruno looks off the pace, we look a little bit off the pace. But when he's firing and he's in that footballing zone and he's got his football brain fully on, got the passes, the movement, everything, the positioning, the intelligence of his play, then United just look sensational.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mess with that Trinity, would you? That
seems too good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think the work rate is big. It's quite an underrated part of his game as well. He's just sprinting around the pitch for 90 minutes every single game. I think it's hard to replace that. Danny Shields says, didn't Sancho have a bereavement with someone in his family that he was close to recently? Grief and loss can have a knock-on effect, and if it's not handled properly, it can be devastating. I like the individual approach that Ten Hag takes. Yeah, there was rumours of that one there, and I think it's. And we're saying this the other day, but people don't want to admit it because it's sexier and cooler to talk about passing triangles and pressing tactics and like the details of statistical changes in football. But the biggest thing that causes the biggest swings in results in any sport, in anything in the world really, but certainly football, is confidence. Like a confident player does more under a shit manager than the same player with no confidence under a great manager. And part of being a great manager is bringing confidence. But I think if you see Sancho playing with confidence, you'll get so much more out of him than necessarily, oh, does this suit, does that suit? Like, look at Rashford last season.
Yeah.
He was awful. But it was still the same player, playing under the same manager that he played for most of his career under Solskjaer. I just think it's such an underrated thing, and I think Ten Hag doing what he's doing with Sancho, trying to build that confidence back up. I think I saw the articles over the World Cup. He's saying he's bringing in psychologists and different people to help with that transition back from the World Cup with certain players, making sure spirits were high and all that. And that is such a massive thing that's so underrated. That's basically not the sole reason, but the main reason Solskjaer finished second, got to cup finals, despite not being tactically as astute as a lot of the managers around him that was finishing above, is because he at least got the players playing with confidence and excitement and happiness. Now, if you compare that with high-end tactics, that's when you win the trophies. But I think Ten Hag seems to understand that.
Attention to detail as well is key with everything he does. And you mentioned all the little bits and bobs. I mean, the big picture thinking can be what a lot of managers do, but when you really dial down to what can help a club tick, that's what he does, and it's what he's implementing at the club. You see how many players have turned around. Well, that turnaround isn't just from Ten Hag giving them a pep talk, is it? It's from Ten Hag understanding why they've gone a bit shit, and then helping them bit by bit get their play and their sort of style ready to come on again, and giving them confidence as well. It is confidence, obviously, but it's also understanding the player.
And if you're Sancho, and you can see how the likes of Shaw, Wan-Bissaka to an extent are changing their careers, that look, Martial are looking on the way out, then Sancho's would buy into the philosophy that Ten Hag's offered him, because the evidence is already there that it's working for other players. This is why I always find it a little bit strange about the Maguire stuff, is that is it because he doesn't want to, is he really that bad that Ten Hag doesn't like him, doesn't know what to buy into the philosophy?
Yeah, interesting. Looking on the bench there, let's say United are, worst case scenario, 1-2-0 down going into the 60th minute.
Spooked.
Does it worry that there's not a lot going on?
That.
It's just basically
Garnacho, because Elanga for me, I'm sorry, I love his passion. He always gives 110%, but the quality for me isn't there as a United player. Maybe he could do a job against Everton in the last 10 minutes of a game, but Garnacho is the only one there that really, I think, would worry a defence, just because of what he can provide. But then the rest of them is a bit tricky, unless you bring someone in like a Fred and move players upwards, like you allow Bruno to have more freedom higher up the pitch, and then bring Fred in and replace one of the three wingers. But still, that attacking threat we have, if we are, it's 0-0, it's nothing. And do you know what we don't need? A fucking replay. Because we don't need more games in the calendar, because the games are intense.
I think it's just one replay now in it, obviously. But a replay would be.
What do you mean?
shit.
As in one, and this just in the third round, and then that?
No, as in you can't replay a game more than once. So if we had to replay it, it'd go to penalties next time. Luckily,
that's always been the case.
No, it used to be. You used to be able to have. FA Cup finals have gone to they've played it 3 times and stuff.
Yeah,
FA Cup
that was in the
Imagine
80s,
that.
That's not.
It was
that's
acceptable
never
in the
happened
80s.
No, that's not recent. No, that's not recent.
Well, you asked me a question.
This is news from the 80s from Joe. By the way, have you heard of the offside rule? This is pretty good.
The goalkeepers can't pick it up from a pass back.
There never once was a red card.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that true?
Yeah. You couldn't get sent off.
That's mad one year. Did that
I
come
know,
in?
I don't know. Roy Keane would have had a field day in them days.
JJ Steer says, Joe, it's not 1973.
Yeah, no, 4.
It is worrying if we go 2-0 down, though, because...
That is worrying.
No, but you expect Everton, if Everton go in the lead at any point, you expect Everton to put 10 men behind the balls. And this is what we're talking about, the striker problem. Martial isn't the sort of to get a scrappy goal, balls flying into the box. So I'm a bit worried there.
Yeah, hopefully not. Someone in the comments before said Joe McGrath with his classic navy and mustard top.
Combo, yeah. Love mustard, love navy. Love all types of mustard.
Mustard's nice.
What's your favourite mustard?
Nice.
Top 3 mustards?
Great question. English.
Is that number 1?
Number 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Oof.
What was your number 1?
I'll tell you after.
French, then Dijon. Why?
What's the difference between French and Dijon?
I thought they were the same.
Is Dijon not got bits in?
No, that's whole grain.
Whole grain, sorry, whole grain. Yeah, but Dijon's different to French, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm Googling it now. Top 3 mustards, please.
Oh, honey mustard?
Brands, honey mustard, English mustard, and the shit you get in sachets, a shitty carvery.
Yeah.
The hotter the better.
I believe, just looking around, I think Dijon and French might be the same thing.
I want it to blow my head off. That's the
British style
ambition of it.
French mustard could also be classed as a moutarde douce, a term used for a sweeter, milder mustard in France. Dijon is dark yellow with a milder taste than English mustard, but still more with a fiery bite and more of a classic mustard taste than the sweet, savoury French mustard.
Is it French that you put on your hot dog? Is that what you do?
French's is the brand. It's American mustard that you put on a hot dog.
Oh,
I do like American mustard.
Yeah, number
it's
one
a
for
bit
me is
sweet,
American
yeah.
mustard.
On a
Number
hot
two
dog.
would be
He's
Dijon.
biased though,
Number
isn't
three
he?
would be whole grain. I don't like English mustard really. It feels like it's attacking me. It's like purposefully. Do you know those people who tried to find out prove that the cause of stomach ulcers was bacteria rather than stress? So they swallowed a load of bacteria to give themselves ulcers. That's what English mustard tastes like to me. Purposefully giving yourself a stomach ulcer for no real reason.
when was
Anyway,
this? When was that? Fucking hell, when was this stomach
Well, you're not
ulcer
allowed
thing?
you're not allowed to do tests on humans, are you? You can't have human subjects for tests really properly. But you can do it on yourself. No one can stop you doing it on yourself, can they? So they did it on themselves to prove it.
When was
stuff.
this? I don't even know what you're talking about. To prove what? That you get a stomach ulcer by
They
eating
used to
bacteria?
think stomach ulcers came from your diet, whether it was smoking or eating fatty food, but it's not. It's caused by a condition called H. pylori, I think is
Yes.
the condition that can give you stomach ulcers.
Exactly right.
There you go.
Thank you.
Tell me another YouTube football podcast that gives you this
Do
information.
you know what I mean? It's not, you're not
anyone's
getting
got-
that anywhere else.
If you got stomach ulcer on your Paddock bingo, tick that off.
Yeah.
Have a shot
Right.
of mustard.
15 minutes till kickoff. I need your score predictions. And I need your score predictions
That's
at home
early,
as
isn't
well.
it? It's early in the game, this score predictions.
3-0.
Mine tends to change between now and...
Why?
Because I don't know, 'cause I'm not really moving mine up yet. I think it's 2-0. I think we're going to keep another clean sheet.
Yeah.
And Rashford's going to score and Martial.
Someone's saying hit us with the H. pylori and then loads of 100 emojis. Really getting into it.
Nice.
2-0, sorry, Rashford and Martial.
Martial, yeah.
People at home I'll get into some of these and I'll come
Clean
back to you.
sheets galore.
Faceless D says 4-0. Jason Drew says 4-0. Actually, do you remember this last time?
Who's Faceless D? Oh, yeah, last time, the power of the mind, the power of one became correct.
The
didn't
hive
it?
mind
Ah.
predicted
Darren
the
Brown
score.
predicted the
like
lottery.
everyone, for some reason, loads of people were picking. Was it 3-0?
3-0. Oh, we won 3-0.
And we won 3-0. And today,
4 was
I'm just
3-0.
going to say, it's not quite as unanimous as it was the other day.
That's how Darren
There's a
Brown
lot of
predicted the lottery.
4-0s. There's a lot of 4-0s in the chat.
Right, bring it on. That'd be good. But to who?
Oh, shit, it's Everton. Cameron S says 3-0. Cosmic says 5-0. Yondus says 17-4. Brian Hurley says 5.1.
5.1.
I don't even
5.1.
know how that could possibly work. What do you reckon?
I'm going to go for 3-0. I think Rashford 2, Antony 1.
I think it's going to be really hard, this.
Everton is shit, mate.
They are shit.
Lampard, Lampard's record against United, he's never lost a game, whether he's a manager or a player.
That's not true.
Apparently so. Well, Bill Rice from BBC
He lost
Radio.
the Champions League final, did he not?
But not in 90 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah, so but I don't know. I'll quote BBC Radio Manchester's Bill Rice, who came up with that, and I'll not take any credit for it.
well,
If that's true, that is
Yeah.
one of the most insane footballing stats I've ever heard.
But he could
Frank-
lose tonight and then lose his job. Apparently, he's never lost against United.
I'm going to see if people... I know Bill Rice. I'm going to see if Bill Rice's tweets have got
Bill
any...
Kenwright.
No, he said it on my show.
Message Bill
He
Rice.
said it on your show?
Yeah, today.
Message Bill Rice and ask him to back it up. That is an insane stat.
He
if
must
that's
have
true.
tweeted it.
Obviously, it must be in 90 minutes, obviously, because the Champions League.
I don't know.
final.
We only get limited segments on clarify. Can you bring us your source?
Oh, in the FA Cup.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
It's not in the FA Cup, is it?
Well,
How many
that's what
times have
people
we
are saying.
faced Chelsea in the FA Cup?
No, I don't think
Certainly
he's
a
ever
few.
lost United in the FA Cup. So I think
Yeah.
Bill Rice was playing a little bit of a.
They never lost in the FA Cup against United. Okay, that's the stat.
That's the
that
stat.
makes more sense. 'Cause I was going to say,
How many
surely.
times you actually faced them? Any classic game? Oh, there was that
played
game
in the final.
where Drogba scored.
We played him when Drogba scored. We played him when Hazard scored.
Hazard.
Put Phil Jones on his arse. Remember that? Phil Jones spinning around like a tornado on the halfway line.
Does Matic score in that game as well?
I don't know. It's too sad. I can't think about it. People saying, yeah, we won 4-0 under Ole in the league. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, that's the
the
FA
FA
Cups.
Cup.
That makes sense. 3-1, Anthony hat-trick and Lampard with an own goal. That's from VoiceOver Smith. I'd take that. You take Lampard own goal now, wouldn't
Did
you?
he relate to you, VoiceOver Smith?
I don't think so.
Lampard get sacked off the back of this?
Oh, man.
I don't know, because surely he's expected to lose this. But maybe, yeah. Glenn F says, what happened to the 12 days of Paddock? The 12 days of Paddock will be announced tomorrow. So that's what's happening with
Classic.
that.
Everyone waiting for the 7th of January.
Yeah, but they only ended today.
Oh,
The 12 days of Christmas start on the 25th.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
No.
When did you think the 12 days of Christmas were?
The build-up and then the final day was Christmas.
That would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So
it's afterwards?
Yeah, it starts on the 25th and then onward.
Right, so she's getting gifts, or the loved one, true loved one's getting gifts all the way till today.
Yeah.
On the 5th. Wow.
She must have been a good girl.
Brilliant. I'd love that. 12 gifts. Actually, I did have I had 29 days of gifts leading up to my 29th birthday from my girlfriend. How good's that? A gift a day for 29 days. That's great, that, isn't it?
It's not great.
How is that? How is that anything other than great?
Crisis.
What do you mean when it costs
So
living
what was
crisis?
like? What
There's
was
nobody
like,
that's flamboyant, then it's unneeded.
I wasn't getting like
name me 3 of your gifts.
70-inch plasma. No, obviously not. One of them was a box of cereal.
Oh, fuck.
One of them was a candle.
Right, what your girlfriend did was she went shopping.
One of them
Do you know what? Even for my girlfriend, I'm going to go round Morrison's and just go, right, there's the carrot.
One of
she can
them
have that
was
for a
250 grams of lean beef mince.
Wow.
Tell me that's not a birthday present.
Everyone
in the comments.
She's pretty much just give you the big shop.
Everyone in the
got you-
comments saying you're jealous.
She's got
jealous.
you the recipe for a cottage pie and you're buzzing.
Yeah.
I wonder what it can be.
She got me a lovely sachet of Coleman's chili con carne
And the
seasoning
29th, you got
powder.
the recipe.
What was the
Yeah.
What was the best gift?
Corn.
I got a print that was really nice of a building that I like in Stockport.
What building do you like in Stockport? The Pyramid?
A block of flats that I really like.
Which one?
You like a block of flats?
Yeah.
I don't even know what block of flats you can mean. Is it the Hat Museum?
Is it the ones on the hill?
Yes.
Oh,
Do you know
right,
the white and green ones?
I know them very well.
They're quite rough, I think.
I know them very well.
But
Bench Hill.
I just think they look great. I think they look phenomenal.
They look a little bit
interesting.
different from
They've
the
got
inside.
a little, yeah. I've
You've
seen
been
pictures.
inside
of
Oh
them.
yes, I've been inside
Why
them.
have you been inside them?
For reasons we won't disclose on a live YouTube
Really?
video. Oh yes.
But I think they look really cool, and I think in 20 years' time, they'll be like proper exclusive, expensive flats.
Yeah.
They've got the best view of anywhere in Manchester.
They've not changed for like my life.
Yeah, see?
Big
Love it.
statement, right? Them flats have got the best view anywhere in Manchester.
They're on the top of a hill. You can see all of Stockport, and you can see.
Do you know
Manchester.
where they are?
Yeah. I'm not too far from it. I get to the. We go. It's near the where the Asda is, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the roundabout.
This is
coming
proper
down.
like
Near Redditch.
stocky
Yeah,
chat.
yeah.
this.
Near Redditch.
Do we call Stockport Stocky?
No.
Stockington, Stockingfiller, Stockers, Stockport.
Speaking of
Stocks and
Stockington,
shares.
what's the chance of me going for a piss?
Oh, fantastically high.
Can you fill a stocking?
Off you pop.
Okay, keep the camera off me for a bit.
Glenn F says, Joe, you are a really odd person. And I know what you were doing there, Scotty. Interesting. I think you're an odd person. Do you think you are?
Yeah, come on
Andy.
in. Come on in.
Score
Andy Tate,
prediction.
ladies and
Andrew Tate
gentlemen.
is in the building. The real Andy Tate.
Good to see you.
Yeah,
Wonder what team you support? United top and a United necklace.
yeah. I won't order any pizza and then get done by the Matrix. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Yeah, you're better than that.
innit?
Yeah,
Can't get caught. Not
I
that you
just
do anything
order it and blame it on someone else.
wrong. Yeah, good. What are you thinking for this game? Man United Everton, FA Cup, third round, crispy little fixture.
Oh, never heard that before. Is it because he had pizza on the mind?
Probably.
I was 10 years old, FA Cup memory, FA Cup final, rewardish, Norman Whiteside 85. So I got memories of a FA Cup winning, beating Everton, losing to Everton 95. We lost the double as well, losing to Blackburn. So I've got FA Cup memories, big memories. So I want to win something this season.
Yeah.
I know we're capable of doing something.
Yeah.
FA Cup, I take it. I really would take it. Or League Cup.
Would that be which would you prefer out of the two? FA Cup.
FA
Sorry, out of the three of Europa League, FA Cup or League Cup.
FA Cup's more prestige.
Yeah.
It's because Arsenal currently lead the batch for FA Cups,
Yeah.
and we're like one behind.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that, yeah. So I think, FA Cup and second or third in the Premier League. Or I'll be a greedy sod. Second or third, why not?
Jesus, second's a big ass.
Yeah, we're two
City.
behind. Arsenal 14, we're on 12.
Yeah, City top it. We finished second.
Yeah.
And we got a couple of cups, League Cup, FA Cup. So I'm second or
Europa
third.
League, don't sleep on the Europa League.
Do you like it?
Oh, because Barcelona struggled against a third division team the other night and won 4-3. And they're celebrating like they've won the fucker.
That was weird, that. Did you see that?
Yeah.
In the dressing room. Like, Xavi and everyone's all, like, singing and dancing and stuff, and they're just
Take the little wins, I
And,
guess.
the guy who... There was a player, he scored all 3 for it. That's something to say. I scored 3 against Barcelona.
Not many people got hat-tricks against Barcelona.
I know.
Okay,
So yeah, it's there to be won. Anyone can go. You're only 7 games away from Wembley. You win 7 times. That's it.
I love that. I don't even know that.
7 games away from Wembley. So it's
Sounds like a song, doesn't it?
there is a song in there
There's
somewhere.
only 24 hours from Tulsa. Who sings that?
I don't
24
know.
hours from Tulsa. You
You're the
that
one on the
song, don't you?
laptop,
The
mate.
Lancashire Hotbots.
Sorry?
The Lancashire Hotbots.
Is that a band?
Yeah.
Is that your favourite band?
No, second favourite.
Oh, it's Gene Pitney.
I'm only 24 hours from Tesco, so every little helps.
Oh, that's nice.
You're
Score
allowed to say
prediction
that?
tonight then. What do you mean you're allowed to say that? He's not sponsored by...
Sponsored by anybody.
You work for another
Safeway.
supermarket, don't you? So,
I'm not sponsored by anybody, but if anybody is willing to sponsor or the channel as well, I'm more than capable.
Which supermarket do you do your weekly shop at?
Lidl.
Yeah.
The croissants at Lidl are divine.
you love them, yeah.
Oh yeah, the almond ones as well.
fucking
Almond
love
croissants,
Yeah.
They're unbelievable.
blueberry muffins. What can I say? I like desserts and cakes.
You've heard that song about the 2 of them supermarkets next to each other? I think it's Oasis. Little by little. You've heard that?
Give you everything you ever dreamed of.
Cheap
Yeah.
laughs. It's cheap laughs, and it's low hanging
It's not
fruit.
cheap
it's
laughs.
It's low hanging fruit.
What brand is that jacket? I can read it. I can't read it.
I think it's Fat Moose.
Love it.
At least you say about that, the better, right?
Where's Fat Moose?
You're a fat moose. Sorry.
Fucking hell, that's not right, is it?
Sorry about that.
Why did you say that?
What did you have on your pizza, Andy?
I want a pepperoni.
Just pepperoni, yeah.
Yeah, I like pepperoni. Meat feast and all that. Anyway, guys, I shall bid you adieu
Thank you very
because
much.
the main dude is back.
The main dude is back indeed. We're getting Scotty back in here. Someone says Joe's really out for Joe tonight.
You are really out for me.
You just called me a fat moose.
No, you know, because you just like, what's your fucking jacket?
I said because I said I
This
can
is what
see the tag,
happens
but I can't
when you
read
spend
it.
when you spend too much
Shite.
together.
See, you happy with this television?
Oh, fingers crossed.
Oh.
Might get the telly on.
Oh.
Fucking hell, they make you work for it, don't they?
Sam Z says, "Do you guys have Costco?"
Yeah, it was one in Oldham.
Was that why you needed the card?
Yeah, you
and
need a card
and
to
your
get
uncle,
in.
your uncle's cousin and all that.
Yeah,
used to have one.
yeah. You can buy so many cookies in one packet.
Really?
So many
Do you think
cookies.
more
Really?
or less than
Yeah,
1,000?
what, like how many?
unbelievable. The hot food section's great.
Really?
Good pizza slices.
There you go, Andy.
Yeah, we could go if you want.
Can
Take
we go?
Ethan to Costco.
Can we go to Costco and get some big
great
steaks?
fun.
Do they do
Record
big
that.
steaks?
They just do steaks, yeah.
Big steaks.
How big do you want it?
Minimum 20 ounces.
I don't know. Do you like a steak?
Yeah, man.
Some wind.
Do you like steak? You never talk about eating steak, actually. I don't think I've ever heard you eat
I
a
said
steak.
I cooked steak for the family the other day.
Oh, of
We're in the World
course.
Cup final.
It's not the best though, is it? Out of the meats.
You know what? Because so it can go wrong so often. And
Oh, if someone overcooks a steak, I'm not talking to him again.
Yeah. So it's got a lot of jeopardy behind it, doesn't it?
Can are you a well done or are you a rare?
I'm a medium rare.
Yeah.
Medium rare, not a rare.
Did you like steak tartare?
I do like
Oh,
steak
just
tartare.
steak tartare.
Describe.
Really?
He's eating the most ridiculous chip sandwich I've ever heard of. Describe this chip.
It was a chip butty and Ancoats, 12 quid.
Fuck.
Triple cooked chips with a Andy's face with steak tartare, like a layer of steak tartare on the top, and it's fucking unbelievable.
And an egg yolk.
And an egg yolk that you
Yeah,
can cut down the middle, all everywhere.
Was 12 quid for all that or 12 quid for the chips?
12 quid for all that.
Oh, that's all right.
It's all right.
Triple cooked chips are overrated though, I
Yeah,
think.
they're not as good as.
There's just no point. It's just showing off. Fat.
You want 4, don't you? You want to.
I want to see what happens next. I want to see what 4, 5,
Extreme
5,
chip
and 6 times chip.
Yeah, it could be a
fried
Netflix
chips
show.
to cook.
There you go.
Extreme chip cooking.
Why are we stopping at 3? Look at that there. The Lowry Outlet Mall glowing in the background of the shop.
What a
there.
weird place the Lowry Outlet Mall is.
Yeah,
So bizarre. It's just there's not much going on, is there?
it's a lot of shops that you've never heard of.
And there's some shops that are surviving. I go, how are they still doing it?
Yeah, places that are just called like Zanucci.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's that? What are you
The
selling?
highlights for me, you won't be surprised. The Cadbury's World. You've been in there?
Yeah.
What? There's a Cadbury's factory in there.
Is there?
Yeah, they do misshapes or all the dodgy Cadbury's
All the broken
chocolates.
biscuits
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that.
they all get thrown in a bag. Got up by 50p. That used to be my lunch, that.
My mate used to work in McVitie's and he used to get all the broken biscuits for free.
That's so good, that.
Wow.
He needed to go on a
Chicken
diet.
cottage in there. Chicken cottage is in there. That's pretty good.
It's rare. It's a rarity, the
You've
chicken
got to make sure
cottage.
you cook your chicken.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I'm excited for this. I'm just excited to see what is almost our first choice. Do you know the first choice 11 that we all have in our heads, where it's you swap Shaw and Malacia, and then you put Martinez?
Yeah.
In there? That's never started a game together. That 11.
That's sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
weird,
why
that, isn't
yeah.
it?
It's a sort of triangle there, yeah.
You could see it against City looking at how it
Yeah.
was.
Well, I was looking
Fitness.
at a table earlier today. It was all the team's injury
IKEA?
records. Sorry? No, not IKEA. It was the range. And I was looking, and it was all the sort of the injury records of all the teams. And United's one of the few teams where, at the minute, other than Sancho, I don't know if you call it an injury, but we've got almost no injuries. So if we can if we can stay sort of untouched for a few weeks, it'd be nice to actually see that first 11,
Yeah.
see how well it can actually do, because we've not even seen it properly yet.
No, I wouldn't be seeing it properly.
Are you fearful for Everton at all? Is there any sort of player that,
Yeah.
in that 11 that you think?
Everton.
I think
That you
that
think could
I
cause
watched them against
problems?
City the other week when they got the draw.
It was yeah, but I mean, it was a lucky draw, wasn't it?
It was a lucky draw, but at the same time, if they're lucky against us, then they might draw or beat us. So
Yeah.
we need to pay attention to that. A lot of what they do is sit back and do fuck all, innit? So hopefully we can break that down a bit better than we used to, because that always used to be the problem with United, didn't it? When teams sat back under
Couldn't break
Van
them down,
Gaal,
couldn't break
under
them down, that was
Ole,
always the
under
issue.
Jose, it was always the problem. We just couldn't break them down.
Struggling a bit, yeah. I was going to say, everyone who says that all the United fans get the train down from London are a bit spooked today with that excuse, aren't they? Because of train strikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Do you know what I mean? Must have drove. This is the best bit of Watchalong for me when the game's on.
Not watching the match.
Yeah.
That's the main bit of the watch.
The main bit is one of the best bits.
Certainly one of the best bits, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely up there.
An early goal would be sweet though, because then Everton have to come out and then I think we'd absolutely annihilate them.
I think, yeah.
What do you make of Pickford as a goaler?
He's interesting. His character is all right. I think he's got a lot of passion, but I don't know if sometimes he's playing with a pretty weakened back four, isn't he? When he plays for England, he's decent, but I don't know why do these players do so well, but aren't actually that good.
He's nowhere
England
up there in terms of
He's
the best
not,
goalies.
he's not.
No.
No. It's nice seeing Shaw as centre back. I quite like it for some reason.
Yeah, and he's also got a good pass in him, so he can be one of those centre backs that can.
Casemiro just
Yeah.
sweeping up nicely there, wasn't he?
He must love it. Here we go.
Tackle. Rashford's looking lively.
Did you look to the crowd there like
That's
he's
weird,
like,
wasn't it?
cheering and celebrating?
Yeah. It's not the odd one there.
You got the United app.
You what?
You got the United app.
Yeah. Have you?
Yeah.
Do you ever do a show together on BBC? Have you ever done a show together?
We've done like a
We did
devil's advocate.
They don't do duos anymore, do they? On local radio.
No,
Not
no.
allowed to.
Which is sad. I mean, that very much is out of our control, isn't it, Joe? We turn up and use our voice.
Yeah. It'd be good if they was just let loose for a bit.
Yeah.
Everything just went
I
chaotic.
had a good time over Christmas because I had none of them beady eyes looking through the, through the glass.
Great fun.
Yeah. I had a little picnic to myself on Christmas Eve.
Oh, did you?
That was nice.
Constant Christmas songs.
Yeah. Press the button.
Right.
It was annoying in the
Very
last
stop
one.
and start style of play, this, isn't it? It's interesting.
That Iwobi goal in the last game was annoying, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oof. Come on.
Martial.
You get amongst it. It's a very crisp pitch by the looks of it. I wonder how they do it.
Crisp pitch.
I wonder how they do it. It must be so tiring to keep a...
You ever been on?
No.
No.
You're lying.
The TV that we're watching this on is fucking shit.
Fucking goal there. I don't think we're
There we
clipping
go.
this.
I reckon the 4-0 might be up.
Sorry about that. Sorry we didn't. Should we pretend? Yes.
I know. Antony scored and we missed it, so that's great. The thing is, we're literally using the ITV app, and it don't fucking work. How is that possible?
I don't know. It was a ball like, I mean,
Good pass. Marshall does well there. Holds the ball up well.
Yeah,
Rashford
really well.
on the left hand side.
Stoppie's not off. Is VAR in the FA Cup?
That's. I tell you what.
he's well
that's really poor defending.
Oh, it's
there.
terrible defending by Everton.
He just drops off and drops off and drops off and never closes Rashford down. Look how much. Look at that.
I mean, after everything we were saying before the game, it's good that Antony got the goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, Antony
Yeah,
immediately with
yeah.
the goal.
Great ball by Rashford.
Yeah.
Terrible start. I mean, the power of the Paddock chat said 4-0.
Everyone said 4-0.
I think this could turn embarrassing. You know,
Really?
And I
So
think-
an early goal is massive
Yeah,
in these
because
games.
they've got to come out now, haven't they?
Yeah.
Or they shut up shop and accept that they're out of the cup.
Yeah.
Matt Face, love him. He's a good guy.
Do you like him?
Yeah, I think I'm the only one who does.
You are?
I think I'm the only one who does.
I know. Yeah, he's not. He's not
He's not the
unanimously loved, though, is he?
No.
I think it's because he took over from Tildesley, who a lot of people have a lot of good memories with.
VAR just at the Prem.
Yeah, is that right? It's just at Premier League ground, so there is VAR.
Oh.
Right.
That's nonsense, that though, isn't it?
I know. Yeah, I don't. How can you have it so that
How's that a fair competition?
some people?
Are playing by one set.
Yeah.
I like it.
One game is one rule, another game's
Yeah.
another rule.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. It one rule for one. Oh,
Martial.
Martial, a good shot.
Just
wide.
wide.
Christ. That was good.
Oh,
wasn't
bad
To be
that.
fair though, 18 yards out, you should probably be hitting the target, really, shouldn't you?
it? You're harsh today, yeah.
Well, what? He stood in front of the middle of the goal, aiming at a shot at the goal from 18 yards out. What's the word? Fettered.
He always has like a Hollywood.
Fettered?
Fettered.
Like
Yeah.
is that what it is?
Fettered meaning
What did you study in uni, Joe?
restrained
English.
with chains or manacles, typically around the ankles. Unfettered.
Set free.
I thought you meant like the cheese.
It's a good cheese, actually.
Fettered.
He fettered him.
Do you like your salad fettered or unfettered?
Ooh, well done.
I don't like a chunky feta, but if it's sprinkly,
I haven't had a feta in a long time.
I
You-
hate
do you
when
wanna
they
tell
put like
people-
oregano shit. You know, they put the seeds in. I just don't
Yeah.
need it.
tell people what you had for dinner today, or tea, whatever you fucking call it. Last.
I had a chicken wrap and a pot of cottage cheese.
A pot of cottage cheese, just
It's
a
nice.
full pot,
It's lovely.
full pot of cottage
Nothing
Did you
cheese.
wrong
put
with cottage
pepper
cheese.
in that?
No, I didn't, because it's Longley Farm. I don't need it. It's beautiful as
What do you
is.
mean Longley Farm?
It's the brand. It's a sort of a high
Like
end.
the cathedral of the cottage cheese world.
The what?
The cathedral cheddar of the cottage
Oh, Cathedral
cheese.
City. Yeah, probably. I love Cathedral City, actually.
It's decent, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great cheese.
Big bastards, aren't they? Them on cheese.
Yeah, just a massive block of it.
Bigger the better.
Cheese is expensive, though, isn't it? You get a big block of cheese, it's £5.60.
Sucking, it's
That's it.
incredible.
It's,
Isn't it?
it's sucking.
It's sucking right now.
Like, you don't like
right
get
off.
cathedral cheese and a block of Lurpak. It's a tenner.
I know. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
That cheese toast has gone up on it.
I know.
I do like a good cheese toasty though.
Yeah, it's delicious. But I'm more of a grilled cheese man these days.
What's the difference?
Well, you just put the two things together.
Have you ever watched the film Chef?
Yes.
You seen them cheese toasters that he makes?
Yes, I
can
have
make
seen
them.
them.
They're
The best
fucking
thing I
amazing.
think in Chef is when he makes that garlic
great
pasta.
touch there. Who's that? Bruno.
Anthony Down.
Great touch with to Antony there. Oh, come on, man. Just didn't have the quality there, did he, Antony?
No, but he's got a goal.
Yeah.
He's there. He can. He's
Is
got
there or
confidence.
thereabouts?
He's got confidence. He can do it.
Evan having a bit of a go here.
Yeah, he can.
Nice getting an early goal,
Coleman's
though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seamus Coleman is minutes per.
How long has he played for Everton?
Well,
Oh,
they
Ever.
signed him for like 400 grand as well. So minutes per transfer pound spent. It's got to be up there in the Premier League.
100%.
Yeah. If you think that he was signing for United that when Moyes came,
Yeah. Fucking hell.
See how many games he's played.
How old is he?
He's 34. Overcome a leg break as well. I'll be honest, I'm surprised. He's only played 395 games for Everton, which is obviously like fucking loads, 400 games. But if it had said 650, I'd have believed it. It seems like he just played from every week for 12 years, doesn't it? You signed from in 2010.
Martial, what the fuck was that? Don't.
Gloved Martial. Do you remember that was like a sort of mythical superhero?
Like Gloved Martial. Who's the best player to wear gloves? Berbatov was a good player with gloves on, wasn't he? I remember that Blackburn game.
Mike Bermit says Longley Farm is elite. So
Whereabouts is it? Longley Farm.
I'm not sure actually, but it's on all of our hearts. I know that much.
Not in mine. Go fuck themselves.
Why don't you like cottage cheese?
It's just fucking.
I'm not a fan of the texture of it.
It's
What is, I don't. Yeah.
What even is it?
What do you mean, what is it? You like all other cheeses, so don't act
No, I
like
don't
the
hold on.
concept
I
of
don't
some
like
sort of
all- I don't
lumpy
like
milk
all
is.
other cheeses.
Oh, what don't you like? You like feta. I know you like mozzarella. You like cheddar.
Yeah, I like a lot of the cheeses.
You like camembert.
But say there's like a smelly one, I won't like.
Have you ever had Stinky Bishop? You ever had that one?
Fuck no.
Have you smelt it?
No, I've smelled it.
Fuck me.
Not a Stinky Bishop, of course. Shit.
Ericsson.
I was in the Arndale once and had one of them sort of artisan cheese things, and the guy comes up. Come and smell my. Smell the Stinky Bishop.
Did you do that?
Yeah,
Was he homeless?
Look at the stinking bishop.
Come and
I've left
smell
in this
my
bog here.
Stinky Bishop,
It's a
the
real
dirty
cheese.
bastard.
It wasn't like a knob. It reeked anyway. You know, I can't understand why you'd put anything that smelled that bad in your mouth.
There's that cheese in there where maggots run through it.
Yeah.
And you're supposed it's a very dangerous cheese, but you're supposed to eat it with the maggots on it.
A very dangerous cheese.
It's the world's dangerous.
It's the world's dangerous.
No, I know that the world's most dangerous cheese is Wheelie Big Cheese from Robot Wars, because that had an entire 180-degree flipping mechanism. And I saw it take one of the house robots out of the arena. That's far more dangerous than a maggot in a bit of Stilton.
No, this
Does
maggot.
the smell put you off then, food?
No, I can deal with it, but just when the smell is proper infused with the taste, like a Stinky Bishop. Oh, I bet that
You
gets
can't,
you
yeah,
right
you can't
down
escape it, man.
What about a goat?
I like goat's cheese. Melts hot.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'd take a goat cheese.
Bit of fig.
Not that
on a fig. You had that?
Oh,
yeah,
I wouldn't say it's the
Balsamic
best.
vinegar.
Oh yeah, give me that bit of rocket even.
Yeah.
I can handle that.
I like it's one of my favourite pancakes is
Nutella.
pear pancake with blue cheese Roquefort.
I love blue cheese.
Caramelised
What were you
pear.
on Pancake Day?
Yeah,
Fucking hell,
man.
that's not far away, is it? It's like my
No,
second Christmas, that.
I used to work in the kitchen, John, I'm a decent chef.
Oh, how did you? Which
Yeah.
round here?
Yeah. McDonald's Mersey way. No, I did it in Nottingham. Oof.
Oh, I thought he'd scored then. Damari Gray hitting the
that a good
post,
save?
which hit De Gea on the back and then goes out for a must be a corner, obviously. Fucking hell, he's lucky there. He's lucky, but then
Who's
he also
closing him down?
Does it? What happens?
He saves it, doesn't it? Then
Yeah, it hits the post and then hits the back of De Gea and then goes wide. Thoughts on Lampard as a manager?
Shite.
Say no more. Corner to Everton.
He should have just stick to punditry, doesn't he? You got to like pundits who know the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He writes kids' books, doesn't he, apparently, from Lampard. He should stick to that.
Does he?
Really?
Yeah.
Pseudonym?
No, like they're all obviously
Is that what they're called?
football related. Yeah.
God. So they're all oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. He's supposed to be quite successful at it. Oh, for fuck's sake. Bloody hell, De Gea.
That's not fun, is it?
1-1.
1-1.
That was
Bloody
pathetic.
hell. Really bad defending that and bad goalkeeping by De Gea there.
I don't think I've ever seen a goal like that before.
His legs didn't even look open enough for the ball to go
No.
through.
He's stood there with his legs together and the ball's
You know,
into
like them
him.
fucking team building exercises where you have to pass the ball between.
Yeah.
That's what he looked like he did. That'd be an own goal, that.
I think he gets tapped in at the other side of
Is
his
it?
legs,
Ah.
done it by Cody. But he don't react very quick to try and flick it away. or
The
anything.
weirdest goal to concede. That.
Yeah, ball
Very
gets
odd.
flicked in,
But you got
and
to
then
like,
he gets one, and then it gets cleared by, or sort of almost cleared by
We're
Casemiro.
doing very poor at the back there.
It's a good pass. It's a good shot.
It's absolutely
God.
wild.
De Gea's just leaning against the post there.
Oh.
That's shit, that, innit?
The thing
That's
is,
shit, that.
De Gea doesn't make, like, if it's an error, it's the biggest fuck up. Do you know what I mean?
Were VAR in that? Or are they
I
not?
don't think so. Oh, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, it is bad from De Gea. Whatever you do, you can't let that go through your legs there.
Got to be better.
He's in a position there where he's got almost no chance of scoring.
Yeah.
And it's only a goalkeeping error that's led to that going in.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Dire.
never a mistake with De Gea, it's a fuck up.
Yeah.
Fuck up. At least to a goal.
Yeah, that's shocking.
Well, Everton are back in it now.
Well, yeah. What, 1-1? You're right.
Well, there's the 4-0 hive mentality out the window.
Joe
Fucking
talking
hive mind.
shit again.
Hive mind's gone now. I love the idea of that.
You been stung by a bee?
Oh, yeah, big
Yeah.
time.
Really?
Big time.
Like what? Why?
When I was 10, we're on the backfield behind my house, and turns out there's a bee's nest, or a wasp's nest actually, but potato in it. Accidentally sort of encroached on it, and then they all started attacking my sister. So I sort of tried to do a little bit to help out.
Fair play to you,
and
man.
they stung me a bit as well.
Brave boy.
I'd let my sister get stung.
Yeah, she got stung pretty badly actually. One time before that, when she was 5, she got stung so bad she had to go to hospital. She got
Really?
stung in the mouth and all that.
What are you supposed to do if you get stung?
By a bee?
Not by a scam.
Well, no, by a... No, by a wasp and a bee's different things, innit?
Talk shit, you.
Because a bee leaves a
Which
little...
one dies?
Some
Bee
bees.
dies.
The bee dies.
But not all bees.
So you get stung, right? Then
Yeah.
what do you do?
I think it's... I always heard it was either vinegar or bicarb or both.
Oh, I'll just do both for safety. Go on.
Martial's in here.
Oh, he should have done it. I
Come
know,
on!
mate. He should be burying that, though.
Fucking one-on-one with the goalkeeper
It's
6 yards out. Just score.
It's a great move, wasn't it? Was it Rashford
Again,
that came?
awful defending here. Look at this. As if he's not... Heavy touch from Rashford. He's got to close him down there, surely. Is it Godfrey again?
Oh, he's
Needs
got to
do
dink it
better
over,
there.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
Tried to slide it around him.
He needs to do more with that. For fuck's sake.
good save though. Pickford without.
Yeah.
I hate
fair.
how this game's shaping up already.
I think it's got a lot of goals in this game.
Yeah, if it's anything like that, if Godfrey keeps doing what he's doing, just backing off Rashford, it's like he's shit scared of his speed. Nowhere near him. Oof. Oh, wait, I think it was him.
Oh, it blew away.
How's that a foul? Is that offside? Way too many zoomed in shots of Jack Butland so far in this game.
It's Pickford.
Sorry, Pickford. None of Butland, actually. United's new signing.
Where is he? Get him on.
Yeah.
I know.
I say. Butland would have done that.
You could sign a new striker or you could sign a new goalkeeper. Which one would you sign, Joe?
Striker. He's all right. This is
Oh,
crazy.
fucking hell.
Why is he leaning against the post as well?
And why does he
like
not
he's
on-
chilling
But
out having
he
a
stood
fag.
like he's like a fucking pissed up old man outside
Yeah.
a pub. Like,
does.
trying
He
to
does
fucking
look like
carry
a
his
pissed
weight.
up old man, doesn't he?
Yeah, stop kicking
Shaking.
footballs at me. My wife's left me.
Yeah.
This is the last thing I
Gives
need.
a roll up.
Been stung by a bee.
No, it was a scam, Grandad. Oh yeah, that was it.
You've got no money left.
I knew I'd been stung by something. Just been stung by a bee. Hello, ambulance. It must be so shit being allergic to bee stings.
Have you seen My Girl?
Oh, it's so
What
sad.
girl?
Macaulay
My Girl,
Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin film. Have you not
What
seen
is
it?
it? It's so sad.
Oh, it's terrible.
Because it's sad
What we're
because an
gonna list.
8-year-old boy dies by being stung to death by a bee.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Why?
So
That was a kids' film.
it was a
Is
kids'
that
film.
real life?
No.
Yeah. Surely it's offside there, Bruno.
I thought so.
They're sitting so deep, aren't they, Everton?
Yeah.
He just blocked that on the edge of his own 6-yard line.
So, back to My Girl. A guy dies from being stung by a bee
Yeah.
because he's allergic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then what?
That's the end.
That's it. That's the end of the film.
That's how it ends. Is that the one where he helps? What's the other one that's like a kids' film where they're in the back of that school bus and it crashes into the lake?
Recess.
No, it's a TV. Someone dies in that as well.
Jesus.
Don't remember that one.
What? So
Yeah,
the whole film's
The
building
whole
up to
film
him
is
getting
like, yeah,
somewhere,
this young girl and the boy fall in love and stuff, and then he ends up dying.
Does he know if he gets stung by a bee, he's dead?
Yeah, he's allergic. They know.
Yeah, but they're in the woods. And
Isn't he doing something to impress her or save her or something?
Yeah.
Like that? Some romantic.
Is that- yeah.
It's a romantic
And he can't-
gesture. The
can't get-
lesson was.
Is that like Shavros's gun? What's that called?
what?
There we go.
Shavros's gun.
No, Chekhov's gun.
Chekhov's smoking gun. Yeah.
So the bees, there's a bee come flying about in the
Yeah,
first
yeah. At the
act.
beginning because he can't. Yeah.
Chekhov's gun.
If you've got a gun in the film, it's got to go.
Yeah. That's what they say, innit?
Yeah.
I'd like to do a film where there'd be a load of guns and none of them go off by the end.
Yeah, the film's called
Real-
The Red Herring.
Really fuck off Shrekov gun. Oh. We're playing good football in our
We are,
attacking
actually.
third.
Yeah,
there
clean
goes
sheet's
that.
gone.
It's been quite cultured tonight. Talking about Chekhov and stomach ulcers and fettered.
Yeah, Ghost, she's got a mention.
Range, lads, I tell you.
I know. It's
Yeah.
good range.
Delow as well as another one under Ten Hag who's just
Done well.
You thought he might have been out in the summer.
Yeah. These players just... I mean, fair play to Everton fans. Team's absolute dog shit. I suppose we're not too far away, are we?
Okay, it's just down the M62.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, fuck them. I once went to an Everton United game.
United fans have travelled further than
hang on a
fucking
sec.
Everton fans.
I once went to an Everton United game at Old Trafford and two Everton fans I saw beat up a policeman. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Really?
First fight I ever saw. I was only like 8.
Did you open? Isn't it interesting that you've played at Goodison Park?
Yeah, I played football at Goodison Park for
Really?
charity. Yeah.
What was the charity?
Huh?
What was the charity?
I don't know what the charity was. Someone paid money and then that money went to charity to get us the pitch.
So they paid you to pay in the charity match?
So, yeah, no, I didn't get paid. I
Oh,
just
right.
went to play. But they basically paid money for the pitch and then Everton gave that money to charity.
Huh?
Did you disgrace
I did
yourself?
awful. It is so bad.
Did that make you take it back that you think you'd score, what was it, 6 goals in the Premier
No,
League?
because I was in defence. Of course I'm not scoring 6 goals if I'm in defence.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's a decent, innit? If you play up top for United for the whole season, every single game, how many goals do you think you'd score?
25. I was a decent footballer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe not now.
Scored 25 goals.
Well, with that team behind me,
That's true, Joe. I said 6. I feel
All
quite
of this
modest
is
now.
absolutely insane and
you feel
impossible.
like you'd score 6
Yeah.
with that team behind you.
You wouldn't even score that.
I fucking would.
No, you wouldn't. Martial scored fucking 6 last season and he's a professional footballer.
Yeah, but he doesn't get amongst it like I would.
Cat amongst the pigeons.
How would I go missing in the corner box? I'd spook every team
What
going.
the fuck is the corner box? What is that? What game are you playing? That's a darts
in the
thing.
box. Corner box.
Here we are now in the corner box and Joe McGrath certainly hasn't gone missing today.
I've got all sorts of tactics up my sleeve.
Where are you, lads? I'm in the corner box. Jesus Christ. That's a foul. Not giving it though, is he? I hope Rashford's not hurt himself there. John Champion's a good name, isn't it? I'd like to be called that. I'd tell you that.
Change your name.
I think Paul Hollywood's a really underrated name.
Well,
If you take away
the cake guy.
Yeah, take it away from who it is. It's a really cool name.
It is
Yeah.
cool, yeah.
Paul Hollywood.
He
Vince
feels-
Cable.
Louis Saha.
Yeah.
How
That's
so?
a great name. Louis Saha.
I used to love the guy who played for Fulham, Papa Babadoo-Up.
Yeah.
That's a fucking... There's not a more musical name than that in football.
No, that's nice, that.
Papa Babadoo-Up. Yeah.
Yeah, that is nice, actually. I'd take that. I'd take my name for pretty much any name, to be honest.
Yeah, but your name's quite unique, though, isn't it?
Harsh.
What's your middle name?
Hmm?
What's your middle name?
Who's middle name?
Matt.
Martin.
Martin.
Martin. You can't say anything, can you? Because you don't know. It's probably emotionally tied, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my dad's name.
Oh, your dad's name.
What about the Joe?
That's just cool as shit, I think. That's why they went for that. Joseph.
Joseph Martin Smith.
What's your full name?
Joseph Patrick McGrath.
Nice.
Sorry, I missed out my confirmation name.
What was your confirmation?
Joseph Patrick Michael McGrath.
Michael McGrath.
What's the confirmation name?
You get it when you confirm yourself into the Catholic Church. That I did at the age of 9 and didn't really realise what I was doing.
Is that the saint? Is his name after, is it
Yeah.
after a saint, the confirmation?
You get 100 quid in your... Well, I did. You get 100 quid in a bank account.
Paid by who? God?
No, Granny Una.
No. He said it like it was part of the Catholic sort of ritual tradition.
it's just a bit
Granny
actually,
Una.
You always celebrate your confirmation.
And when the child is confirmed a Catholic, he shall get 100 quid
Yeah.
in his bank.
And it was confirmed that Granny Una used all of her, what's it called, pension on every Catholic child in the world. Granny Una. It's a nice name, Una.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's due a comeback, isn't it?
Yeah, because it sounds like it should be the word one in some language or another, but I don't think it is.
What?
Like, like una, dos, tres.
Uno.
But it's uno, but I don't think it
Yeah,
is. Una
una.
isn't, but it sounds like it should be.
Is it Uma with a M? Like Uma Thurman.
Yeah, Uma Thurman, yeah.
Pulp Fiction's on this weekend.
Can I'll be honest, I've never seen it.
You've never seen Pulp Fiction? Well, there's your weekend sorted for
What channel's it on?
I think Channel 4.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a good film, isn't it?
It's a good film.
You'll love it.
Will I?
Yeah.
I do like it's very old school, isn't it? Watching a film with like an advert just
With
for
adverts in it, I love it because
Yeah.
the temptation, or not even temptation, you simply have to run off the sofa and do something in that advert,
Yeah,
don't you?
it's pretty- I
Whether
think
it's
it's
have a
pretty
wee,
special.
get some chocolate, get a cup of tea, you have to do something every advert.
That is weird. It's sad that that's dying, isn't it? It's a dying art, that, isn't it?
What, the film with the...
Casemiro.
It looked like it could have been quite... Looked like it could have been quite a dangerous tackle, that. Did you just fart by accident then, Joe?
He
No,
did.
I didn't fall by accident. I needed it to come out.
Feel better?
I pretended it was by accident. For
feel better?
Yeah, I feel
That's
better.
Let it out.
Have you ever had proper trap wind though?
Oh,
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Sometimes when it hurts in like up here.
I've
and
had gastritis or anything like that. I did Tenerife once. I had to go to hospitals.
What's gastritis?
Like, where all your insides were fucked with gas and stuff. Oh,
Really?
Yeah, due to food and
So did they just sort of
whatnot. Yeah, I had to like
Put you
deflate you.
down? Jesus.
It's like something like fucking Willy Wonka, mate.
Rashford's fighting here. Fuck off then. Ben Godfrey getting annoyed because he's getting skinned every other second.
I love all this. It's like a drunken makeup in it. Yeah, but yeah, listen. What did happen here? I think
I don't even know what happened. Godfrey and Rashford seem to be the two. Ref speaking to them both. Why don't we see a replay of this? So there we go. So Rashford just kicks the ball away.
But they're
and
both off the pitch at the time when this goes
then
on.
Godfrey just tries to pull him over with his shirt because he's annoyed.
Godfrey should have been a bit of a tit there. He dragged him all the way down, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's just a bit of a nuisance, isn't he? But he's just very old school in his tactics, isn't he? Just really wind up your
Bit of an
attackers.
arse.
Nip him here and there,
Oh, well done.
pull the shirt.
Come on now.
It's a dying art. Can't believe you have to get let down with your gas.
Yeah, it was bad, man.
Like
I
Violet
was
Beauregard.
like 15, I think, in Tenerife, and my mum and dad were like 90 miles away, so I had to stay in this like shitty Tenerife hotel on my own for like 4 nights.
Jesus.
And I said to my dad, "Where have you been?" "Oh, we're on holiday."
What's he done here?
Oh, I stood on his back then.
Stood on his ankle, didn't he?
Yeah, it's not
Stupid
good,
that really. Disappointing this because you'd think with getting that early goal, we would have kicked on.
Yeah.
That Hayes
Just a
mistake was
fucking
just stupid.
shit mistake, wasn't it? Just a stupid mistake. It's annoying because Everton have not really done much. I mean, United haven't been particularly great either, to be honest. But I think this game would have been different if it weren't for that mistake. Like,
Has anyone
as in the whole complexion of the game would
Yeah.
be different.
Rashford
bit
seems to be
sitting
most
back.
involved so
Yeah.
far, I'd say.
Always the same though, isn't it, at the minute? Oh, good throw.
So they've got TeamViewer adverts. I guess they're still paying some money.
Yeah, we're still on the shirt, aren't they? But they're just...
Got ending it early for next year.
Go on then, Antony. Do a bit, lad. Sure.
Been quite quiet since, obviously, the goal.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it feels like it's very much United's game to win this. There's Everton just sitting back, just saying what we got. These guys just don't want to get trounced, do they? 4-0 again.
Yeah.
4-1,
Just 2-1 with...
It was 4-1, wasn't it?
Against Brighton.
Yeah, so it could happen again.
They're always difficult, these cup games, though, aren't they?
Interesting.
The thing is, Everton take a draw, whereas we wouldn't. Then we take a replay.
Yeah, that'd be good for them, wouldn't it, really?
Could be asked with a replay.
Too many games already.
He laughing. He just said he produced Ethan laughing in the corner. Isn't it happening more often now where a team plays someone in the Premier League and then gets them in the cup the week after? Like Chelsea City is happening this week.
Is it?
Yeah, this weekend.
It happened to United this season, didn't it? With
Villa.
Who was it? Yeah, Villa. It happened
Yeah.
to us with Brighton a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah.
Seems to happen a lot.
I remember that City Liverpool one where they had them in the Champions League and then the Premier League, so they went City Liverpool, City Liverpool, City Liverpool.
That was a hard reminder about how bad United were playing.
Yeah.
They were good games.
Yeah, they were.
We'll be up there in them big games soon.
Right, Joe, FA Cup or Europa League?
Back post,
I go Europa League.
Come on.
Antony.
Oh.
Decent effort.
Was that Eriksen? I don't know why Eriksen didn't have a take a shot himself.
He's not been as... he doesn't have a go as much these days, Eriksen. He doesn't
No,
really go
he
for
seems
target.
more...
Hold on. Bobley here. Well done.
Nice.
That's good. You've got to find a way of getting shots off there, Martial.
There's too much little
Martial.
passes around.
Oh.
There's too many
Fucking
passes.
shoot,
Put your foot through it.
Great interception there by Shaw.
He's got booted in the back
Shaw
of the leg
looks
there.
like he's got a bit of a knock there.
Yeah.
Shake
He
it
prefers
off.
passing than he does
Right,
shooting.
spank it.
Oh, you two. Fucking hell.
Great counter-attack.
Come on.
Oh,
Well done, Varane. Yeah, it's just too much like little tippy taps in the box, isn't it? We
Yeah.
need to just fucking smack it.
Someone just have a shot. Come
Pickford's
on,
not
this is
that
nice,
good.
This is nice. This is
there we
great.
go. Rashford back.
Ooh, decent effort.
It is decent effort.
Rashford
Like-
hit
like
it from
almost
about
heard you there,
35
Joe.
yards out there. But again, though, Pickford in his corners, he's not that good.
No, you
No.
would have thought he looked a little bit safer than what Pickford did there.
Yeah, because that could have come back out there, you know.
Worth doing because there's no obvious pass on. You can play it to Antony, but he's not in a better position than Rashford.
You take a
is.
deflection.
Not sure. No, I don't think it does. But yeah, if that pops back out, you don't know. Worth a shot. It's a bit better though from United.
But this is the sort of game we were talking about before with Martial going disappearing if the game's not running in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done, Dello. Go on. It's a bit jogging pace, isn't it? Some of it. Although, did you see him talking about?
Yeah,
Ten
look how
Hag?
deep Everton are playing.
Yeah, and he's apparently sort of trying to teach them when to pick the pace up and when to play slowly as
Yeah.
well, and trying to catch teams out by lulling them into thinking that you're playing it slow. So maybe they're doing that. Maybe it's all part of the plan. That's all part of the plan.
You gotta give a ball away now and again, aren't you?
Massively overhit pass, all part of the plan.
Gotta do it. It's gotta be done. Antony's pushing. Do you know what you see, don't you, that Antony's part of a Ten Hag team, don't you? The way he works off the ball as well.
Yeah, I think that's why he's still playing every week. To be honest.
He knows exactly what Ten Hag wants of him.
Yeah,
Gets in his good books. Makes him a better player as well.
keeping the width all the time. Sweet.
Yeah, you don't want going
Fucking
into...
go out wide there.
Now look at this. What's going on there?
Counter-attack for Everton. Ball in the box.
It's not bad. They found the man. Oh, just... If Everton were a little bit better, our position had been so poor.
Yeah.
Jesus. What
That
happened
was
there?
nice.
Come on.
Come on now.
Come on, you got this, Antony.
3 on 3, yeah?
Come
3
on.
4.
I just never see... Come on, Antony.
That was Casemiro.
Bad pass.
Souness will be loving that, won't he? He'll use that in his fucking Arsenal.
Yeah.
Did you not see that pass?
Just want a bit more from Antony there.
However, if that ball does come off, it's very quick play.
Yeah, I think he missed it.
I see why he tried to go for it.
Yeah, it was the right pass, was badly executed.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Stuck in the grass, isn't it?
It's not been fantastic considering we were starting the game saying this is our strongest 11.
Yeah.
Keeper.
The keeper, De Gea's fuck ups just took the wind out of us, though. You know.
Unsurprisingly, really, goalie basically giving the goal away.
Can you imagine going back into the change rooms after making such a balls up?
know.
Though?
I know.
What do you think the biggest, like the craziest balls up in football? You go and that back in the change rooms. I bet that was a.
Like Massimo Taibi probably at Liverpool when like the ball went.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
Carrius in
David
the
James used to have
Champions League
David
final.
James had a few howlers, didn't they?
Yeah.
Carrius
That-
in the Champions League final would be bad.
Oh yeah, that
Because that's the stage that it's on as well.
I have never seen anything like the Liverpool fans when they were sending death threats to their own player after
I
that.
know. Horrendous that, innit? Imagine. Fucking hell. And he was concussed for the whole thing as well.
Yeah.
So he didn't even know what he was doing. Throw into United. Come on then. Nice.
Come on.
Yeah,
oh, come on.
Our defensive positioning when they're counter-attacking is not
Was
great, is
very
it?
poor.
Yeah. Antony
A better
again,
side
again.
scores against us there,
Yeah. Oh,
and
Marcus.
a player that can actually control the ball.
There you go. Just as you say that, Malassi with a great control.
Yeah.
No, but I meant for Everton.
Yeah.
Like their striker misplaced it, and he's thinking, well, their attacker, sorry.
Yeah.
Come on.
Around. Come on, Casemiro's on there. Yeah.
Don't usually see Varane around there.
There's no movement in front of him at all.
What
is
the hell
there?
is he playing the fucking...
Varane
wing?
crossing in from the corner flag.
Oh!
Oh!
Skinning people. there.
Come on, please score off the back
Oh,
of
that'd
that.
be unbelievable. Fran's got a fucking...
That was up there. Do you remember the famous Jap Stam run?
Yeah.
He did well there, didn't he?
Right, get fucking back in position, Varane. Well in, Delo.
That's our ball.
Oh, shit.
Not much movement in the final third, though, is there? When we've got the ball.
Personally, for you.
Not for me. Yeah.
Oh, he's absolutely...
Nice. Sold.
I bet Gay felt so certain he wasn't going to do that then. Like,
Yeah.
There's no way he's going to go down the line here. He's almost certainly passing it back and then he doesn't. It's one of those Bruno Fernandes's pissed off games, isn't it, where anything can happen. He'll be so mad, Ten Hag, won't he? Because we've controlled
Yeah.
and
He'll
made
be giving
chances
him a
so much better than this in
proper
every
bollock
game
kick.
since the World Cup.
Yeah.
And now it's the one where you have to win it or you're fucking knocked
You're out, yeah.
and we look shit or not anywhere near as good as we should.
Yeah, they'll be
Okay,
getting
yeah,
a
shaking
proper-
his head, looks scowling. He looks. I don't know if that's because of time wasting or what, but
I wonder what his half-time team talks are like.
Do you think there'll be changes? There needs to be a little bit more. I
What
don't
do
know.
you do? Because you would say this is a great starting 11 for us, but
They've not like the midfield. Casemiro's had a few dodgy passes. You know, he was trying to inject a little bit of enthusiasm. Martial's been non-existent.
Martial
again, every time he gets the ball, his first thought isn't to shoot.
Yeah.
It's to let's take a touch and pass it off again. Even when he's inside the 18-yard box, like on the penalty spot, you think you'll be doing everything you can to spin and shoot there, or hit it first time, or flick it around the corner or something. He's not doing any of
He
it.
seems very similar to the.
Offside,
Offside.
sure.
Was it the Fulham game? Did we go 1-up against Fulham? and then they equalised in the towards the end of the first half.
That's when Garnacho
And
scored.
yeah, that's when Garnacho scored those 2-1. But you'd think to do a similar sort of thing, push Rashford into the middle, and Garnacho likes playing out on the left.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather that than what we're seeing from Martial at the minute.
I mean, the other options are what? Fred for an Eriksen.
Or you take Antony off and maybe switch Rashford onto the right. We did that the other day, put Rashford on the right-hand side for a little bit, and I thought it actually worked quite well. Just for like a 20-minute spell just to change it up.
Yeah.
I know typically I don't think he's good there, but just to do something different.
But it messes with the defenders, don't they?
Yeah,
Because the defenders think they can read your game, and once if you've got the ability to swap over, then it makes sense.
Yeah. Surely we're going to win this back here. Well done. Well done.
Go on.
All right, come on, we've got to get something from
We've got to
this.
get a shot away here. Oh! Eriksen there.
Genie. That curled like you wouldn't believe, didn't it?
Whoa! I thought that was it. Just over the bar there.
It was set up perfectly. There's only one place he was trying to put that.
Oh, freaking hell.
Top bin.
Is he a deflection? No. It's so close, that, innit? It's a shame. Again, really, I know it's harsh, but you want to be hitting the target there.
Yeah.
Him and Martial.
Don't be tight.
But
He should hit the target.
That's no different to him skying it.
tight.
That's no different to putting it in the corner flag.
He
with
did
it.
well.
To miss. I'm not saying it was a bad shot. It was a good shot, but if you're being critical, there's no one in front of him, no one to block it, no one closing him down. I'd like him to hit the target from 18 yards out.
Yeah, but he's not a striker, is he?
Well, don't shoot then if you can't hit the target.
Yeah, well, you thought you could.
Yeah, but he didn't.
You're tight.
I think if you've got unblocked shots, no one around you, 18 yards out, you should probably try and hit the target. Yeah.
Pressure, though.
He didn't have any pressure on him, though.
You know,
It was a good shot. It was a good shot. It was very close. It was very close.
Poor
But him and
Eriksen.
Martial now, both from that same spot, have put shots wide when you think, just test the goalkeeper. The goal is not very good. That's got him.
Had a favourite player the first half? Anyone stood out?
Rashford for the first 20 minutes probably, but he's not done that much second
No.
portion of the half.
It's been tricky.
Shaw's been all right. Eriksen's been good actually, to be fair, but
He's come into the last sort of 10 minutes, hasn't he?
yeah,
Casemiro looks a little bit sloppy tonight.
yeah, he does.
He was still picking up the tackles, but it's the passing more that's just a little bit off the mark. A tiny bit.
Who's that? Well, I see Martial dropping fucking right deep here. Look, playing centre mid. Casemiro's on there. Okay. Shit, Gray's looking good here. No. Hold on. Keep up.
Oh.
Hold on there, Bruno. He looks dangerous, Gray, but it's that final little bit from a minute that seems to like that.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, I hate this. I just wanted this to be comfortable.
I know. We thought we had it easy, didn't we?
I know.
The first
It
goal
didn't
went
need
in,
to
I
be
thought,
this
oh,
way,
here we
did it?
go.
It just shows the
I know.
ridiculousness of De Gea's mistake.
Rashford unlucky.
Didn't even see
Because
that.
they've only grown in confidence since that.
And Connor Cody as well.
Come on, boys. Not long now. Tonight's going to give a bollocking, I think.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Hopefully we see a different United in the second half.
We look again like Ten Hag was talking about the other day. We look really stretched. Like there's too much having to cover 30 yards to get into a decent position. It's not tight, and we're not controlling possession in the play. It's you have a go, we have a go. Like look at the passes. It's 233 for United, 202 for Everton. That's quite close, really, isn't it? To say it's
For a home game.
we're playing against one of the worst teams in the league at home. And
I felt like we've done well, though. I felt like we've had a lot of passes. I felt like we've controlled the game quite a bit. Have we not? I mean, look at us here.
Go on then, have a shot. Hit the target. Oh, okay.
Help him.
Casemiro might hit it here. It's just
Right,
under his
just
feet,
dragging
wasn't
his feet, didn't it? And look,
Varane being a playmaker today. What's going on? This must be Ten Hag instruction.
Maybe.
Shove it. The words from Andy Tate there off camera.
I feel like we're going to lose this. Just
Don't
feels
say
like one of
that.
them games, doesn't it? Don't know where it's just like this for the next 50 minutes.
have we seen a game under Ten Hag where it's been like this in the first half and we've come out and changed the performance or the confidence? Because if you look at the City game, was it last night? Like, I mean, they set up weird as fuck, didn't they, City? And then the second half, we were a completely different team. I was wondering, do you think we've got that in our locker to sort of say, all right, well... Because we certainly don't have the personnel on the bench to say, right, well, there's no game changer, really. Yeah. Garnacho's too young to have that sort of, pressure on him.
I suppose it was too late by then, wasn't it? The only one we've really come out and done better in the second than the first that really springs to mind is the City game, but that's because they were sort of taking the foot off more than us.
Of course.
I'm sure there are others, yeah. But most of our wins have been built off the back of clean sheets, haven't they?
Yeah.
And not conceding, so we've already lost that. Go on then, there you go. Got some space here. Get a good cross in now.
There's just how many they've got 8 men in the box there.
Oh,
They're defending so deep, aren't they, Everton?
Yeah.
Literally, it's good. I reckon it's going to be a shot 18 yards out here that's going to win this or get United's next goal.
It's going to have to be
defending on the 6-yard line.
Men.
It's fucking ridiculous.
And that's why it makes it more sort of when we've been taking these shots and not getting them on target.
Yeah,
it's just more wasteful.
Yeah. Because the fact that 2 times now we've had shots from the 18-yard line and they're not being pressured at all shows you how deep Everton's sitting. But you've got to be hitting the target with them. Tarkowski pretending to test whether the ball's...
Fernandes has been quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got players along with your theory, Joel, that if Fernandes is playing bad, United are playing bad. I say we bring Fred on for Fernandes.
The thing.
Yeah, bring the pasta on, man.
Corner. Oh, there's a question there.
Oh, he's having a couple of words, hasn't he?
Yeah.
We've got
Idrissa Gueye on Casemiro, just a bit of a... The ref's having a word with Gay there for whatever reason. Go on then, corner to United. Shaw whips it in. Headed straight out on it. Decent cross from Shaw.
Oh!
Yeah, I thought it was lining up for a great shot.
Yeah. Go on, Antony, do a bit. Too many Antonys now. See, this is a bit better from United in terms of actually keeping possession.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be half time before we get a chance to do anything now, isn't it? There you go. Half time, Manchester United 1, Everton 1.
What can you say?
It just sort of drifted away by the end. Really,
It's unfortunate what happened in terms of a great early goal, and I thought that was going to be a great start for United, and we go on from here. An easy night, we could phone it in. Unfortunately, that mistake that the Everton capitalised on, and De Gea unfortunately got caught out of, has really levelled up the game a little bit. And I don't think United have been playing to their best of their abilities at all.
No, I think United 1-0, and De Gea doesn't make that mistake. Everton have to come out and score. And then I think we can capitalise on that. But Everton just grew in confidence since De Gea's mistake, and I think that might be take us to a replay. Because I don't think Everton have tested us too much.
It's annoying, isn't it? That because, like you said, it's you almost think, oh, there's more to it than that, and there is more to it than that. But they've sat so deep since they scored that goal, Everton, just trying for counter attacks. But they're literally like sitting just outside the 6-yard line, let alone the 18-yard line.
You've got 2 rows of 4 within the 18-yard box.
I don't think I've ever seen a team defend that deep. Like we were saying before, Bruno Martial had a shot from 18 yards out. Eriksen had a shot from the 18-yard line, and there was no one near either of them. How is that possible? No. And it wasn't like it was counter-attacks either. What was your thoughts on that first half, Andy?
Man United were all over them first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just a gift. Absolute clanger. We know what De Gea's like. He's got that in his armoury.
Yeah.
And we were praising him last week, absolutely praising him on Tuesday against Bournemouth as well. And now he's done this. So, it's so frustrating. But United should be out of sight, but they're not. And they give Everton encouragement with that clanger.
Yeah.
We've not really tested though, have we?
No. Martial should have scored. Eriksen close as well, like you say.
I think Rashford had that, was about 30 yards, did it?
Yeah.
That Pickford poured away, but there's nothing else apart from that.
No, not really, mate. 10 Hag, I would say he's going to have a word.
Yeah, sure. He looked fuming in the first half. I don't know if it was
he's going to have
Everton
a word too
long with
Bruno. Has been absolutely flat, like you say.
I've not seen him at all in the game.
Yeah, I know he looks like he was carrying an injury. He had a niggle, but he's probably ran that off. But United got up the tempo now for the second half. They're attacking the Stretford end. No excuses, no replays. It's either in or out. That's it.
Yeah.
No, don't want a replay. In or out.
I don't
That's
want
it.
a
Get on
replay
with
either.
it.
Get your thoughts in the first half in the comments. We've got a few. Irwin says Antony's just ignoring Delo's overlap. Martial can't score. Frustrating game. Fergal McClements, do you think Martinez on for Malacia showing to left back could be a half-time sub that would change the game? If United like this against City, then we'll be conceding 4. Yeah, we do look a bit more stretched and defensively. It's almost like we're playing a bit like we don't think Everton can score. Don't know just how that we're letting big gaps appear when they're counter-attacking. That's a decent shout, actually, though, I think. Bringing on Martinez and pushing Shaw left back. Because that's the one where you're kind of influencing the attacking with Shaw when he's on the ball.
Yeah.
Without having to bring an attacker
on Tuesday, there's an example of it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that might be a decent shout, actually. Not that Malassia's done much wrong, but he's
not as dynamic
Shaw,
as down the wing as Luke Shaw is. And it'd be nice to get Martinez back in after the World Cup.
Yeah, it would. Just looking at the goal again, really good from Rashford. Again, Godfrey just doing basically fuck all defending, and he's like... He looks close to him, but you can tell he's not really trying to get the ball back.
I mean, that was kind of reminiscent of last night with the City goal. Keeper let it go right across him, and on the end.
Would you seen that Martial chance again there, or half chance really? But this goal, Andy, talk us through Everton's goal. What even goes on there where the ball goes down the right hand side, then the ball comes into De Gea, who's just sort of leaning on the post, isn't he? And then it goes through his legs.
Yeah, he's like you say, pissed up guy on a Friday night outside waiting for his taxi.
Yeah.
I've got my Ubers here. Fucking doing a fucking Elvis impression.
He does, doesn't it?
And he's just give it away. It's fucking stupid. He should have been. You've got a pair of hands. Fucking use him. Straight on the ball.
Casemiro got rolled though. To be fair, I mean. There were a few mistakes leading up to that, but that was just
it's
a
like
calamity.
He's trying to get out the way of it almost, isn't he, De Gea? You either need to get your knee across it and block it, or like you said, move your hands down quickly and just kick it away. It hits him. If the ball's hitting you in the legs,
it's the weakness of his game.
Yeah, Martial again. We're seeing that second chance. He had the best chance of the half that didn't go in the back of the net. 1-on-1 with the keeper, rushing in. 7 yards out? That should be absolutely bread and butter for a top striker. That should you need to be scoring most of them, and obviously he's missed it. Does it feel like one of those frustrating games to you, Andy, where we might be sat here in 45 minutes going, I can't believe we're out? Yeah.
Apart from
Middlesbrough last year, exactly that.
We battered Middlesbrough, and we got screwed over by a stupid VAR decision.
Yeah.
And it's like, I would say it's on a parallel, but United have been really dominant. Middlesbrough actually give us a game. Everton have done sod all.
Yeah, it's.
How do you think Everton are going to come back and more of the same, and they'll be going to be content to play for a replay?
Until United score another goal, they'll sit back on the edge of their box. They've had one shot
they're playing
on target,
very deep at it, encouraging.
It's not been statistically. It's like United 56, Everton 44. It's not completely dominant. I know we've probably had more of the shots on goal, but
I mean, Everton had 2. They had that other chance.
They hit the post as well. They hit the post.
I mean, luckily, it hit De Gea, it went past him and hit him on the back and went past.
Hang on a sec. That stat there said Everton have had 2 shots, and ours says 2 shots, which is obviously the stat that's going round. But they scored from a shot, because Cody had a shot on the line and put it in, so that was obviously a shot. There was a shot at David De Gea's legs that he fumbled. That was a shot, or do we think that was a cross?
Before the...
That led to the
so
goal.
That's 2 then, isn't it?
And then obviously he had that one as well that De Gea went and dived and it hit the post, hit the back of it. So that's 3 shots I can think of instantly. I'm not knocking people there. I respect that that's obviously what the stats are saying, and we're watching the game here as well, and the official stats are saying 2 shots, but
See,
they've had more.
It's easier good at that.
3.
They only want to project what they want to project.
Yeah.
Because they did it with Bournemouth. Bournemouth had 3 or 4 good chances in the second half. They didn't show it all on the highlights. They only showed the 2 headers, and Bournemouth actually came at us and played well for 15 minutes. This is what TV doesn't. It doesn't show it. Doesn't show the full light of a match.
Well, yeah.
It's quite disrespectful to the opponent. You know what I mean? It makes like you're dominant and this, that, the other. That's not the result, but it's what TV does. It's what producers do.
Yeah. People saying, does it count because it hit the post? Well, yeah, it's still a shot. Whether it's on target or not, it's still a shot. He's obviously trying to score. Anyway, so yeah, Everton, even though it says 2, have had minimum 3 chances 3 shots that I can think of. Shots on the woodwork don't count as shots on goal. Yeah, I don't mean shots on target. I just mean overall shots.
Overall shots is 2.
Shoot towards a goal.
Yes. Would you make any changes at half time, Andy? Whether that be tactically or personnel, substitutions, would you do anything differently?
I would do like Martinez, just give a bit of cover. You know, like you say, take Malacia off and put Martinez in. And just give him a bollocking, man. Just keep going at him because they can't keep... They're going to hold out for 45 minutes now. Everton will try and hit us on the break because you got to go at him, man. It's like this. You can't do replays, man.
No.
I mean, the replay would be next week, or it'd be straight after the derby, won't it? In between Arsenal and City. Fucking don't want it. It's like, say, in or out. I'm not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if we can get to 1,000 likes. We've got nearly 3,000 people watching. Let's see if we can get up to 1,000 likes. If you're watching the video, hit the like button, please. The last thing we need is more games. We've already got the extra games. I mean, we've got the games because we're in the Europa League, but we've got the extra games against Barcelona.
Potential 2-legged League Cup semi-final. 25th of Jan and 1st of February.
We're still in the League Cup, which might, like you said, is potentially another 2 games there, plus the Charlton game, obviously, that we have to win first.
But plus an FA Cup 4th round if we get through this.
Yeah, so the last thing we need is a replay of this. What changes would you make? I know we sort of mentioned maybe...
I like the idea that someone mentioned on there about swapping Malacia for Martinez and putting Shaw out left. I'd be interested in maybe looking at taking Martial off and putting Garnacho out left and then moving Rashford in the middle. I've been underwhelmed by Fernandez's performance. I think Joe was saying before about it. If he's playing well, United are playing well, and it's evident he's not having a very good game. Maybe get some sort of injection of energy in midfield. I know it's not a popular choice, but Fred, when it's for a pressing game, if you're looking for sort of energy around the box, Fred can offer that. So that might be an alternate. But that might be later on, 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
But I just think something's got to change because it's not evidently working. The strikers need to be more clinical, or whoever's shooting needs to be able to just get it on target and challenge the keeper a lot more.
That's the main
Martial
thing.
really needs a rocket up his arse now because he's
on his arse more times than Ian Beale.
I know he spent more time on the floor in the first half than he did on his feet.
I know he needs to. He just needs to have a shot. He needs to.
I'm not being critical of him. I'm just saying, like, man, you got to start scoring. Because games are coming thick and fast, and it defines your season.
Yeah.
Because look at Rashford. When you're flowing and you're confident, you're confident.
Yeah. And eventually you need to just start scoring goals, don't you? Regardless of if it's a tough chance or it's this or it's that. That one where you one-on-one with the goalkeeper. We might not go through, and if we don't, you look at chances like that.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair to Pickford, he stood up well and he's a good shot stopper.
Yeah. To me. You would maybe bring Garnacho on for Antony. I think Antony's not really done a lot, and we don't have anyone to really replace Martial. Or you could bring Garnacho on for Martial, put Rashford up.
That's what I was saying. That's what I would do.
That would be the other one potentially, but yeah, there's nothing particularly obvious, is there? There's no
strikers on the bench whatsoever. This is going to be the problem of the season, though, isn't it? When we're having facing games like this, our lack of strength in depth. Look at when City change things around in the second half. They've got the ability to do that.
Yeah, they've got like 2 for every position.
But the thing is, that takes the time to build that sort of squad, and I think I think we could be expecting too much. Of the team, because City have built that squad over so long to have 2 in every single position. You don't get that overnight.
I know.
We're definitely in the right direction.
But it's nice to be in that position. It's okay to get excited, and get giddy. I mean, I'd rather be optimistic than depressed.
Yeah. I'm trying, Andy. Just get on me a break.
No, I don't mean you. But in general, it's like, after Tuesday, I've seen some of the comments on me. He's like, oh yeah, Andy's he's a melt. It's that and the other. He's a plastic fan. Jesus, I'd rather be happy and optimistic than a manic depressive.
I'd rather say, I think we're going to do well this season than I'm worried we won't. Because either way, you're still going to get hurt even if it goes wrong. The Red Devil says, the only problem I'm worried about is how open the whole team is. There's huge spaces in between the lines that can be good for better teams like City and Arsenal. They'll take advantage of it. That's been one thing that happened last game as well, and Ten Hag mentioned it, didn't he, about how stretched the game was and how much more you have to run when the game is like that and you don't get to sort of rest and hold any energy.
Do you think there was a complacency?
I don't know. Maybe because of the sort of calibre of the team.
Like how bad Everton are playing and stuff like that. They may have walked out and thought, we're at home, FA Cup, this is going to be a rollover.
Maybe. Yeah, just somewhere in the back of the mind you think, I can make that extra pass. I don't need to have a shot.
No,
let's make this a beautiful goal.
Can't have that mentality. I mean, look at Middlesbrough last year, man.
I know.
And we missed the pen that night as well.
Yeah, Martial's a bit, worrying me a little bit.
Fran's been funny running up top of the pitch.
I know.
I've never seen that before from him.
That makes me think as well, maybe, I like that he's doing it, he's doing well, but why is he doing that? Because
it's not his job.
It's not his job, he shouldn't have to do it. And also, would he do that against City? Would he do that against a team that he respects a bit more? I don't know.
I mean, you could tell from the lineup he wanted to put this to bed quick because we've got the Charlton game next week, get into a position. But now we're not. He's got to play to a certain point, and if we're in a good, say we're winning with 20 minutes to go, 10 minutes to go, you can maybe change it and save some players for Tuesday. Because I don't see Rashford coming off. I don't seriously. You need him to get through. Maybe you could save Rashford give him a rest Tuesday. I don't know. No disrespect to Charlton Athletic.
It makes more sense than this one now.
Like you said, this is the priority. This is you like say you get this over the line, then you make a decision for Tuesday.
Yeah, you start your strongest team in this, hoping that we might be able to play people in the second half, but that doesn't look likely now, does it?
No.
It's going to be a scrap, this one, by the looks of things. People talking about people who can get in, looking at Dembele and talking about Dean Henderson and all that sort of thing with De Gea, but
sod Dean Henderson.
Yeah, I think that ship has pretty much sailed now, isn't it? Is it in Antony's contract that he's not allowed to use his right foot? It seems like it might be.
Can we recall the arm from Sunderland?
Ahmad. There was he spoke about it, didn't he, Ten Hag, but he said that he didn't want to do it unless he was sort of guaranteed game time. So he's probably not going to do it. I would have thought. What are you thinking then second half, Andy? How do you think they'll go?
I draw inspiration from the Villa game. Yeah. Just throw everything at it. United, we're right on the money, and I'm sure a stern talking to. Yeah. We'll get the best out of the players now, and just get us over the line. And let's say we're the first game of the weekend. If we get through, let's just see the weekend out, see who goes out, see who goes through.
Yeah. What do you reckon? Do you think they'll look any different, or do you think it's just?
I don't know if they've made any subs quite yet, because I think he wanted his team talk at half time to maybe take effect on what he wants to do. But because I think a lot of it was confidence and what the ambition or whatever within the players to try and push forward and make chances and be more clinical. That doesn't. I think the game's there for the taking. Everton will sit back now for 45 minutes.
Yeah, if they get a chance, they'll try and take it. Get a corner or so, a free kick, they'll throw everybody forward.
I think the first 10 minutes will dictate how soon we see substitutions, because I think they're definitely going to come.
You can't be doing with a replay, man. I cannot be doing with Goodison back. When there's so much other games coming thick and fast.
I know. And it's the sort of game that we should just be winning as well. One of the worst teams in the Premier League at the minute. I mean, you've got to win that.
These last week, City were all over him, and they had one chance and they took it, and that's the same scenario. What's happened so far?
Yeah. Well, they didn't even have a chance. Because of De Gea, he turned it into a chance.
I know, but on City they had one little piece of magic, and they got a point last week.
I know.
That was interesting. Ten Hag's going to G up the crowd there when he was coming out.
Get a bit more going.
Get on the mic and start, throwing insults, get the crowd going.
Yeah. Bruno looking pissed off as well.
I would say a talking to's been handed out.
Yeah. It must have.
Yeah.
We just turn the volume down a tiny bit. Is that all right? Thanks. Thank you. We'll get Joe McGrath back in here in a second. He's just having a nap through there by the side of things.
Yeah, it's just there, you know.
Wow.
Rashford.
I hope you're not sat on the chair with my coat.
Past that.
Parting away.
Do well there. Bruno. Out to Antony. Dallo did well there. Just on the left and on the right side. Go on, get the ball in the box. Casemiro is on. Yeah.
No subs.
No.
No,
Oh, shit.
Casemiro again with a sloppy pass.
All the hype. We've
Well
put him
done.
on the...
Fucking
Well done,
Malacia there.
Malacia, but I think he's fouled
That's
there.
a foul,
isn't
that
it?
though, is it?
That is a little bit of a foul. Another
Yeah.
ball travels in the right direction to make it look not like a foul, but he's probably cropped it.
Yeah.
As he fell on his eye.
He fell on his eye. That would be unbelievable, wouldn't it?
What?
Nah, it's nothing.
Why was he holding his eye?
Ooh!
Twisted his ankle. Did well there, though, Malacia. To get back. Poor from Casemiro. Well, Iwobi, to be fair, it was well read from Iwobi, wasn't it? He just read Casemiro there.
Yeah.
Well, give the ball away, Casemiro.
But if you look at Casemiro's performance, I mean, we were singing his praise before the game,
Yeah.
but he got rolled. Was it by
Yeah.
Gray for the goal?
Yeah.
And a lot of his passing has been pretty
Some of his
wayward.
stuff has not
It's
been,
been a
too-
bit, a bit sloppy tonight, actually, isn't he?
Friday night, innit? It's normally his night.
It looks upset, Iwobi.
Well, yeah. Oh! That one looks...
They're weird then, the ankles are weird because sometimes
Why?
that happens and it's no problem whatsoever because they do bend
It
that way.
depends which way.
Yeah. Whereas
Is
sometimes...
your ankle weird?
Yeah, everyone's ankle's weird. But then sometimes it doesn't look that bad and its ligament's done. So I can't really tell. He's definitely rolled his ankle. But it's not definitely broken or anything like that. It's not that severe, I don't think.
There's a
Just got
shitload of
some
bones
ice
in
on it.
your ankle.
Yeah, that's why it bends
Yeah.
like mad because it's so many bones in it.
How many?
Shitload.
Shitload.
Have you ever broke a bone?
Never.
Have you not?
I'm versatile, mate.
Versatile. What's that got to do
Well,
with
you
it?
make it that what you want. Have you broken a bone, Joe? Have we talked about this?
Yeah, I broke my elbow before and I broke my thumb.
Broke your elbow?
Yeah.
How?
I was jumping over the wooded cladding sort of ramp that goes around the portalo.
Did you know you broke it when you...
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you be like in so much pain?
No, it was a weird. It felt weird. It felt different to other pain.
And what about your thumb?
So I broke that, and then
When it was
6
up the
weeks
bum?
later went. Pardon?
What were you bum?
6 weeks later went back to football training. First session back, someone chipped the ball and just hit the end of my thumb and broke it. So that was another 6 weeks. Actually, that was only about 4 weeks out of that one.
I think I've got sturdy bones because of all the milk I drink.
Do you drink milk?
Do you like milk, yeah?
Yeah, it's nice. Have you ever broke a bone?
Yeah, I broke several in my toes, broke fingers and a thumb once, and then I fractured my ankle.
How did you do the ankle?
I was trying to climb through a girl's window in Lemersum when I was about 18. I was invited.
High,
I was gonna say,
high
fucking
houses.
hell.
Well,
Did you know her?
it was, yeah, it wasn't particularly high, but I was pissed. And then you know them sort of, you know, in Levy where the sort of roofs sort of just over the front window.
Yeah.
So I climbed it there, but it's slanted. And Mum's come out, clocked me on the roof, and like, get fucking down from there, no. And then I went, ah, and then yeah, she was Scottish and Irish. And then I had to go on holiday with my girlfriend the following day.
Oh, interesting twist at the end.
Wow,
there.
what a twist in the tail. Where were you going?
I went to, where did I go? Malia, I think.
Malia.
The first about 12 times I ended up there.
Got it, don't you?
Iwobi's stretched it off here with his t-shirt over his face. Maybe it looks, I mean, he obviously feels like it's severe, doesn't he? Shame that.
Could be good for us though. He was having a decent game.
Yeah, it was. Decore coming
Fair
on.
play, last year man of the match so far.
Interesting that.
Is it Hummel that make their kit?
Yes.
Very bizarre, isn't it?
You can always,
Chevron.
you can always tell the sort of financial position, I think, of, of a football club by who makes.
Yeah. Remember in Leeds, was it Admiral? or whatever it
Yeah.
is it? Yeah, that was an interesting one. Yeah,
What's happening here? They've all lost their minds.
it's a free kick to Everton, surely.
No.
Yeah, they were manufactured and sponsored by Admiral.
Yeah.
Just put your name all over the kit.
I had to
please.
the season before Moyes came to United. I used to work for an advertising agency doing copywriting and stuff, and one of the clients was Everton, and they had to the shirt sponsor was up for sale.
Yeah.
So they had to create this pamphlet and this app to send around to prospective clients who wanted to replace like their Changbe, and it was showing like detailed how payments are made. So like if a player's name gets mentioned by a certain brand, then they get paid and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'd like that.
But there's so much detail that goes into those payments, isn't there?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Well done, Rashford. Really good. 2-1.
Great.
Brilliant that from Rashford.
all over.
Yeah.
Marcus
Cody
Rashford.
with an own goal in the end, but it's just great wing play from Rashford there.
I hope Rashford, what does he get? An assist for that?
You don't get anything for it, but it's just good play. Just created
great.
by Marcus Rashford. That well done.
Brilliant.
I'll keep it going, Reds.
Keep it going, Reds.
See, hopefully De Gea don't fuck up 5 minutes later like he did in the first half.
Just thought then, Cody scored at both ends.
Yeah.
Like you after a big night.
What's that mean? What does that mean? Kebab at one end and the... Oh, it's a shame for
think
Cody
it is,
there,
yeah.
isn't it? Big shame for him. Well done, Marcus! Oh. Breathe that in, Joe. What's that?
Probably will smell like my trap wind.
It is actually. It's not trapped anymore, is it? See, that's where Connor Cody just showing Martial where he should have been stood there. Could have
It's a
been
lesson
that.
to all of our United.
Lesson to be learned there. You could have got that goal yourself if you were willing to stand in the 6-yard box for once.
Checking that'll be the video afterwards tonight to Martial. Right?
Yeah.
If like be more Cody.
Be more like Connor Cody. He scored a tap-in at one end and a tap-in at the other end. You scored no tap-ins today, Antony. So far.
He's got to be entitled for man of the match then, surely, Cody.
2 goals. Can't be far off, can it?
No.
No one else has scored as many. 2 assists for Rashford.
What do you reckon
Yeah.
the most own goals in a game is?
I bet someone scored 3.
A hat trick. I
Hat-trick
think
goals,
Michael
that's the
Dubry might have done it once for Chelsea.
That's a tough one, isn't it?
Juicy defense. I'm pretty sure he's got a hat trick of own
They broke
goals.
the keyboard trying to search that.
Good, that's what we want. Most own goals scored in a match. Surely no one's ever scored fucking 4 own goals. in
Maybe one of those
game.
dodgy international games.
Yeah, where it's like 300-0. You're like, why is that happened? And you're like, oh, it's the
Remember Carragher scoring 2 own goals? Or was that game United versus Liverpool?
yeah.
3-2.
I think he scored 2 goals against Liverpool the other day, didn't he?
Yeah.
Woot. What was his name?
Woot.
Was it Woot?
Woot.
Woot fires. Nice.
Oh, that was a great pass.
It's a bit more pacey here. This is
Is that
better. Go on, Antony, hit it, lad.
Oh, it's not bad.
Okay.
Nice short answer.
What?
Okay.
Oh,
well, this
well, that's
doesn't
a
count,
bit
does it?
different.
The Madagascan team deliberately scored 149 own goals, with spectators saying that after every kick-off, the ball was kicked into their own goal, with the opposition players standing and looking bemused. It was reported that spectators descended on the ticket booths to demand a refund. You've just seen 149 goals.
That's insane. How many goals is that a minute?
1.5.
Yeah.
Carry the 2. Bring the one forward. Yeah, 1.5.
Goals a minute, and you've got a kick-off in that as well. That's quite impressive.
It is impressive.
It is
I don't want to
impressive.
see it again.
Yeah, you won't.
You won't forget about it,
No,
would
you
you?
pay double. Who was that to?
Who in a proper game though? What is it? Has anyone ever scored 4? I'm pretty sure that, like you said, I'm pretty sure there's been a hat trick.
20.
I think it might. Yeah.
Oh, in the world.
In any like a real game where they're not purposely scoring own goals.
Richard Dunn too. Man United in the derby too.
Yeah, I remember that.
Richard Dunn scored 2. As Andy was saying there, for anyone who didn't hear it at home.
Was it, he headed it over his keeper?
The best ones.
Didn't he lob his own keeper with a header?
Rudy played a part. He had a flicking flicks on him. Yeah.
When you say at home, I wonder if anyone else is that. Where else should you be? Could be at home. Could you be in a night out?
What?
Someone now watching. You say if you're watching at home. I wonder where people are
You
watching.
can be on the bus.
Are you on a
That's quite
bus?
Public transport.
Where's the weirdest place you're watching now? Don't say anything too.
Airport lounge.
Sex dungeon.
Yeah. It's hard to get Wi-Fi down there, though.
It's hard.
If they're built well, you shouldn't be getting any sort of phone.
You can't get 4 or 5G signal.
No. No, you can't get 4 or 5G down there.
Little mini telly in a security booth in your security.
Yeah, one of those tellers that's like screwed into the wall.
Yeah.
And there's like a metal frame on it. That's really all you need. What's your favourite of the high street nuts?
You had no idea where you were going with that, did you? Do you know what I love? I love a coated nut.
Oh yeah.
The chili coated nuts, the sweet chili ones. Sensations are doing well for themselves at the minute.
Yeah.
Big on them. Oh, but they're so bad for you. You ever read how bad they are for you?
Yeah, terrible. Because imagine nuts are dead fatty anyway, and they just coat them with
also bad
carbs.
for you. A caramel cashew.
What's a caramel? I've never had one of them.
They're fucking nice, aren't they? Have you ever had a caramel
Chocolate
cashew?
almonds are fucking really
Oh,
nice. They're unbelievable. What about you? Do you like nuts?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of cashew nuts.
Yeah, they are good.
Almonds are nice.
Oof, yes, please.
a pine.
Pine nuts are nice in like pasta and
Yeah.
stuff. Or pesto. I make a decent pesto.
Bet you do.
Homemade pesto.
No.
I've never made a homemade pesto.
You never. It's so fucking
It's nice,
good.
isn't it? Well better than
Homemade
well better
pesto
than
is
the
unbelievable.
well better than the shit you buy
Yeah,
in.
it's so
the store.
good.
Is it?
But
It's
then
dead easy
again,
to make.
also, I once bought a £3.50 jar of pesto from. Do you know the place in Media City, which is a bit
£3.50?
more
Booths.
expensive?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
it's not Booths,
No,
called
it's the
General
one-
Store.
yeah.
That fucking hell, that was unbelievable.
Really,
Was
yeah.
it? Knocked your socks off.
I had a spoon of it.
Yeah. I
The cheesy, like
I've
you put
eaten
enough
half
cheese in your
half a
homemade
jar
pesto.
of red pesto just out of the fridge before.
What?
Yeah.
I've had a jar of red pesto.
Half a jar. So nice and just intense.
And you just spooned
Because
it
it's basically like sun-dried tomatoes and pecorino cheese.
Yeah,
What's
pecorino,
not to love? Fucking right good. Anyway, Sunderland scored 3 own goals in the space of 7 minutes, with Stephen Wright getting the last touch on Charlton's opener before a gut-wrenching brace from Michael Proctor. So, not one player,
But a team
but
scored.
a team has scored 3 own goals in a game before, and 2 from
What's
Michael
7
Proctor.
minutes?
In
So
7
is
minutes. That's
anyone-
like
is anyone watching it
Lewandowski.
watching it from somewhere weird?
Where's the weirdest place you've watched football?
I don't know, but you've got a good answer for this, I can tell.
I watched it on like, what did he say?
What did you say?
Iraq.
Iraq?
What did he say?
You've been to Iraq, Andy?
No, watching it on the bog.
Oh, on the bog. It's different to
A tie rack.
Bogdad.
Bog that.
That's like something I'd have a catchphrase that. It's good, but it's not. There's a Scottish accent again.
It was an open goal. It's one letter off Baghdad, which is that
Yeah,
goal?
we get it. Yeah. Someone said that they're watching it in their car in Australia at a rest stop,
What's a rest stop?
like a service station, I think.
Oh, nice. That's bizarre, isn't it? That right now we're in Australia, in a way.
In a way, yeah.
Goes around the world now, the internet.
Madness, isn't it?
Shoedale bus stop.
No. Someone's at Shoedale now. Don't go to that Dallas chicken next to it. It's not as good as it.
So that's like probably the moodiest part of town now, isn't it?
Yeah.
That area.
Dallas chicken.
Yeah, there's a new one that's just opened near the Shoedale bus stop.
Is it very poor?
Where
not
am I
that
going
good.
to get a good food, a good kebab after this? Or some
After
good
this?
food? Yeah,
Oh, it's
I've not eaten.
Where do you live these days?
Here, there, and
Do you
everywhere.
go-
Levenshulme.
Levenshulme. Oh, mate. Levenshulme. Levy Bakery will be shut, unfortunately. The Red Cherry might be open. Have you ever been to the Red Cherry?
I grew up on the red cherry.
Red Cherry is cool.
giant naan chip butters.
Yeah.
Greg's is open at Piccadilly Station.
I'm not going to spoil myself to a fucking Greg's and Jesus, man.
Station.
All night Greg's.
Is it? What, 24 hours?
Yeah, I found out last week. I was on the way
Oh,
home.
night, Greg's. Oh, night. Andy in there too.
What's your best Greg's?
As in the order? Or do you
Yeah,
mean-
yeah.
Actually-
Not like, well, they all serve the same
Yeah,
shit.
they
don't
all
they?
do, don't they?
My favourite Greg's is the Andale upstairs.
I've tried them all.
The customer
I'm
service.
sorry, but I'm just getting a sausage roll. I know it's basic, but I'm just getting a sausage roll. I love the sausage meat inside that sausage roll. Get in my belly. If it's just, it's not too hot, but it's medium rare, then that's
That's a booking, that. That's a booking, that, ref.
And it's me all over.
Godfrey being a prick again, unsurprisingly. Kicking Rashford's ankle there, or shin. He's just been a dickhead all night, hasn't he?
Anything to do with hot cheese, man. I'm like, oh, basic. I know it's bread, cheese and onion pasta.
Oh,
I did like them.
Oh, that's bad.
It's just a twat
You know, the
tackle as
festive
well.
chicken
That. It's just
ones.
to hurt him. That.
They were decent.
Joe's not a fan of the festive.
He's not going for the ball at all there. He's
No,
just
he's
been
really
an
just
absolute
leaving one on
dickhead
him.
trying to hurt him. Yeah, that's fucking shit, that. He's a twat, he is. Greg's chicken bake, steak bake, and the chicken and jalapeno pizza.
Ooh.
There's something about that little tomato sauce they use in it on the pizza.
What is it?
I've never had a Greg's pizza.
Sure it's not
Oh, they're awful.
Is
but
it?
there's
I know-
something
yeah, I
nice
just-
about
They've
them.
gone up in price.
Have they?
Becky went the other day.
£2.25 now.
What?
$2.25, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's a lot, that.
Come on, man. You're fucking...
Bruno, hit it.
Right.
We love not having a fucking shot when we can, don't we?
What's with all this fancy shit around inside the box?
No, just fucking shoot. He's going nowhere there, is he, Doucouré? Fucking hell, you could see
Well
that.
done, Casemiro.
From the first touch he had, Doucouré, then he had no clue what he was doing there, did he? Yeah, I know. Why is Bruno? Just hit it. Just
I know,
fucking
hit it.
shoot.
Well, they need to, yeah.
Did it all
There's
the
a lot of
first
this
half
thing
as
about
well.
sort of trying to do this intricate passing within
Yeah.
the box, isn't it?
Maybe it's something Ten Hag just really wants them to work on, because one day this will be the fruits of their labour. They'll be doing stuff that will blow the league away
By just passing it in from
by
the
just
3 yards
passing
out.
it in. And obviously we're not seeing it yet. We're not seeing it work off.
This is the development
This
stage.
is the development.
maybe.
We'll see one up against Everton. You don't know. You don't know.
Well,
if you
Bruno
think-
should have shot.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, yeah. You make a good point actually. Maybe the tactic is because they're not as clinical because they haven't got a great striker. Is to sort of make sure when they are getting opportunities,
Do that.
Absolutely walk in.
yeah.
They bought some shit players on the Everton.
Yeah, they sold
Everton
them.
must be top of the league for buying shit players.
Yeah, worse than United.
For money.
Yeah, worse than United, I think.
Well, they tend to buy United shit players, haven't
Yeah.
they? I've had a few years of that.
Donny van de Beek had a little.
Speaking of Donovan de Beek, still no update on his injury, which
Yeah.
makes me think that this. Well, often when they don't know straight away, it's because of swelling, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if his swelling's still too bad for him to have had a scan, that's a bit concerning, isn't it?
Then someone
For
you
him.
heard there's certain like clickbait articles say a year,
I know.
which is an incredible amount of time.
Well, I saw that was just a tweet, wasn't it, from like Lad Bible or someone? It said
Yeah,
like an
that's what I
expert
mean, it's just
says he
clickbait,
might be
so-
out for a year, but that's if he's done the worst possible injury he could have done.
He broke his
and this
back.
expert knows nothing about the specifics of whether Donny's actually done that.
Oh, God,
it's
this
happening
isn't-
again.
This isn't a nice situation, is it? Very well in. Go on, no
Same
rebound.
Same again.
Oh my
To be
days.
fair, that was a decent
Did
save
well
by
De
De
Gea
Gea.
that time.
Days
It
making
felt
up
like
for-
it was going to
Exactly,
happen again then,
like
didn't it?
Groundhog Day, didn't it?
Yeah. Like this here, look, the game's just stretched for no reason.
Oh,
Can't.
get
The
Martial.
problem is because we're pushing up so far, and I'm not, you
Yeah.
know, and they're hitting us over the top, aren't they?
Yeah. When that deal got, hold on. Oof,
That was
nice.
fucking hell, Casemiro.
Did well there.
Friday night kickoffs aren't the one for me, you know.
No. Can just ruin the weekend as well if it goes the wrong way.
Yeah, exactly.
Well done, David. That was good from De Gea, that.
Yeah,
Unlike
yeah.
him, actually, being that quick off his line to stop the
Proactive.
ball. Good on him.
Watch out! Oh,
Yeah, I think he can hear you, and
Watch out!
he's behind you.
Fran did well again there, didn't he?
Joe invited me to see Avatar 2 tomorrow, and he's now rescinded the invite. Can you believe that?
What, you know what goal? Good. It's fucking shite.
Is it?
3.5 hours. And I was sold 3D glasses for the version that
Oh.
wasn't even 3D.
You're lying.
No.
That's illegal. Surely illegal.
And then I thought, right, I'll get my money back on the way out. The light in Stockport came down. The queue's fucking ridiculous. I'm not queuing up for 40 minutes with my 3 kids for bloody for 6 quid. It's
He took 3 kids to see it.
well, sorry, 2 kids. Yeah, my eldest wanted to go and see it. She enjoyed it. I wasn't. I'm not a massive fan of the original, but it doesn't seem. It didn't need to be 3 hours long.
Yeah.
They could cut the first hour, I think. But if you're into that sort of thing,
I quite like the original. I thought it looked quite interesting, if nothing else.
it looked, yeah, and this one's the most expensive film ever, isn't it?
I don't know. It's a lot.
there, it's
250 odd.
Yeah. And it's like, it didn't blow me away for that.
Free kick to United. Same position roughly to where Casemiro scored from the other day. We're going for something different here. Bruno, 25 yards out. Oh!
Picks it over the lot.
Say 25 yards. It was more like 35. Good shot, that.
It is a great shot to keep
tipped
in.
over there.
Keeper did well there because the ball was flying all over.
Yeah, it was. Decent effort, that from Bruno. That's what we should have been doing all fucking game. Just hit them. Hit the ball from 20 yards out.
Come on, let's get this third goal.
It actually feels like we've had more shots from outside the box than inside it, which might be right.
They're all getting stuck into Casemiro, aren't they?
I know, yeah.
Number 2 and 12, absolutely killing him.
There you go. Dallo.
Here we go.
That's a booking, that ref, surely.
No, I don't think so.
It's not booking Rashford for diving, is it?
No, I can hear the United fans cheering.
No, I think that's a free kick to United, isn't it?
Bloody yeah.
Don't know, does it touch him? Yeah. It looks
Is
like
there
it
enough?
It's like his legs.
certainly enough in it, isn't it?
There's enough, yeah.
United were linked with him for a bit, weren't they? They've been linked with everyone in the Premier League, haven't they? Don't really count.
Who's your favourite linked player we've ever been linked with?
That we never got.
We never got.
Snyder, and it's got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd have been good, wouldn't he?
The one that got away. I bet we could make a good starting 11 out of players we've been linked
There
with.
you go, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But I mean, a properly linked with, not like a
Yeah.
shit account.
Ericsson, straight up.
Ah, it's
Pickford.
Shot on target, we'll take it.
Yeah, we could make it. Should we do that? Starting 11 of players United were linked heavily like
Heavily
properly
with.
wanted and didn't get.
okay.
Who's in net?
So in net,
That's the trickiest one, I think.
yeah.
Because the thing is with that is because we normally have such good players. I mean, you could have put Jack Butland in there, but we've actually signed him.
Yeah.
Oi!
The goal, it doesn't matter, does it?
Well, we'll
fuck
think of a goalie or somebody else out there.
We'll think of a goalie.
Who have been linked with?
This is tricky than
We were linked with Seamus Coleman for a
Put him
bit.
in, Coleman.
We've got to be
Is
doing
he the
better than
best?
that. Weren't we linked with loads of right backs?
I just know our attacking line. Ronaldinho's up there, isn't
Yeah, Ronaldinho's up
Ronaldinho, Alan Shearer.
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 He's got to be up there, hasn't he?
Yeah.
What a team.
And then-
Already.
Ronaldinho, Alan Shearer.
Midfield.
Schneider in the midfield.
Schneider in at number 10.
I think we were also heavily linked with Modric, but Levy wouldn't.
Modric is a
Levy
good
wouldn't
one.
let
Gareth
him.
Bale on the right.
Gareth Bale.
Bale.
What a fucking team this is.
Yeah. Cruz in midfield. Cruz and Thiago in midfield. Cruz,
Fabregas.
Thiago and Fabregas
There's
in midfield.
your
There you
man.
go. Fucking hell. It's a decent team, isn't it? Centre backs. Jerome Boateng in his peak.
Yeah,
Decent.
in his peak. Boateng.
We've always had, I mean, especially during the Ferguson years, like our centre backs have always usually been mustard, and even
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
it's
mean.
never been a position we were heavily linked with anyone
Because you normally had it
we
covered.
replaced them so well.
Who's coming on here?
Sergio
Fred.
Ramos at centre back as well. You can have
Yeah.
it.
I think
Remember
I've
that
seen
summer?
Fred getting warmed up here.
It's a classic, isn't it?
Come off the hour.
And I think Garnacho as well.
Is it?
I mean, I'm just speculating.
Oh, right.
No, I'm getting a thumb up from Ethan James.
Ah.
Was that a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Or 2 thumbs up?
What was it?
Thumbs up.
Nice that. Double thumbs in.
Have you got little thumbs?
Yeah, I've got little hands. I'm like a T-Rex.
Put your hand out. That is small, isn't it?
It's small. Yeah, but if unfortunately I've got quite little features. I've got a very little nose,
I bet you have.
massive, baby's arm, a little. Oof.
Just to clarify, what same size as, not anything to do with, obviously. So, little features, little nose, little hands.
Little is.
The ears aren't little at all.
Yeah, they are.
Do you think you've got little ears?
Yeah.
No different to it.
they're
It's just
like
different
bang
shape.
Your ears are bigger than mine.
Mine?
Yeah, of course they are. If we measure them, you've got to measure in.
My ears are quite petite, I always think.
Measure in cylinder.
I think my ears are gorgeous. They might be
You've got to take. Got to tape measure.
I want to measure your hand, palm, bottom of your palm, that wrinkle there, to the tip of your middle finger. I want to see what we've got on that thing.
You haven't got
You've-
much
you've
of a
just
lobe.
done that.
You haven't got a lobe going on, have you? Like he's
You
got really
a fucking
defined.
fat lobe.
I've got a beautiful lobe. You're quite lobey.
I'm quite lobe.
Yeah.
There
Fred's
he
come
is.
on.
Fred's on.
See, this is nice, isn't it, when we're winning and we can talk about other things a little bit.
Yes.
I mean, it's only a very slim
We're only
lead,
winning by
but
1 goal.
Casemiro and Martial have come off for Fred and Garnacho.
It's fair, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, Casemiro could do with the rest and he's not been great. So,
Yeah, and Martial's just not been great.
yeah. Could do with being great.
What? Sorry. Oh, fuck, no tape measure.
That's a shame. I thought we had a really
I was
good
going
game.
to
on our
prove you're
hands
all wrong.
there. They always had small hands. Like Donald Trump.
They were normal size when I was little. And they just
Were they?
didn't grow.
Stayed as they were.
Yep.
It's a stunning shame, that, Joe.
Oh, Garnacho.
Garnacho getting bundled over there. It looks a bit like producer Cam, doesn't he? Garnacho.
No.
Who used to work here. Do you not think he does? A little bit
maybe.
of Cam about him.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he does.
Did he go and work at United?
He works at United now.
Bloody hell! De Gea and Shaw, was it?
Lucky there. I think it was Dallo.
Hello. Oh, Garnacho, you're going the wrong way.
Well done, Fred.
There we go. Fred to save the day.
Why not?
There's no need to play that pass like that.
Agreed.
This has got 2-2 written all over it.
Desmond.
Desmond, indeed.
Desmond 2-all. Remember him. Was it Zimbabwe?
I'm not too sure where he was from.
What, Desmond 2-2?
South Africa.
Desmond 2
South
all.
African.
What?
Is it catching up with you now?
What's that about?
5K.
Are you about to do a
Just
ballet
stretching, I'm just
recital or
stretching.
something? What the fuck
Just
is
stretching.
No.
Oh shit! something's
Here we
gone
go,
bad
Everton
like
going
that,
through on goal. Stretching that.
Go on, hold him. Oh, Malacia.
yeah. 2-2.
Oh, for fuck's
There you
sake.
go.
Oh,
Calvert-Lewin
you
just hit him.
fucker. Malacia just let him go.
De Gea near post again.
I need to see that again. He just smacked it into the box. It's just hit
Yeah.
Calvert-Lewin
It's
and gone in.
bad, this
He
is
need,
bad.
but De Gea
football.
needs to be commanding his box more. They're two silly goals to be conceded.
Yeah.
The Malacia just looked like such a lost defender.
It's a good flick, that, to
Yeah.
be fair. Ooh, that's offside, surely.
Surely.
It looks offside to me, that.
Are they going to go check it,
He
aren't
goes
they?
past Malacia too easy there.
Jesus.
It might be off this.
Is Calvert-Lewin off as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they both off?
Yeah.
Calvert-Lewin.
And does it hit his arm? What's he saying here? VAR. Offside. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Get in.
You know, you've been warned.
Disallowed, but fuck me. Ooh, which one was offside? The first one or the second one? Do we know? The first one.
All three.
Didn't look at it in real time, that, did it?
No, let
I
off
was certain
there.
that was
He
a
shouldn't
goal.
even be getting anywhere as close as that, though.
Warned.
You've been warned.
That's in
15
between
minutes
both. That's
now.
neither. I don't know where he's taking that from. You look a bit like a sort of modern day safari explorer with that jacket on, Joe. I could see you sort of holding the head of a wildebeest that you
needs one of them hats
maybe
they call-
should.
Oh, yeah.
Go on. What?
I
You
don't
just,
know.
it's just
What-
quite a
what-
Jurassic
just
Park,
like-
isn't it?
It's
It's
not Jurassic
nice.
Park.
It's
Is
lovely.
he fuck Jurassic Park?
He has got a look of that guy out of Jurassic Park.
You have.
What's he called?
David
He's-
Attenborough.
Yeah,
Like-
Attenborough's brother.
Yeah, Rich Attenborough.
Yeah.
You could do like the prequel.
Fucking love to.
That'd be good.
Here we have it.
Yeah. And I got T-Rex hands, so I can relate. When I see
Pod
one,
man, pod T-Rex.
when I see one, I'll be like, "Fucking hell, guys! I got the same thing as you."
Oh, it's a good cross. Go on. Ericsson. Fucking who's Fred? Popping little balls.
Go on!
Nice little...
Come on, lad, now.
You got another
Get the
chance here.
third.
Bruno.
What the frig?
Yes, well done,
Malacia.
Malacia.
Lying all over the place there.
Fuck off, referee!
The Malacia's tackle. He went right in on him.
No, he won the ball.
Did he fuck win the ball?
He did with the fucking ball. That's bullshit, that. That's
Hey, got
not
the
a
ball,
foul.
Oh, shut up, you tart. Get up.
That's just... He
The
tackles the
follow-through
ball
was
into Cody,
intense.
though. Yeah, but... Fuck that. It was
There you go.
Damari Gray that was offside by about 6 inches. His front half of his foot.
If he gets fit, Calvin Lewis, you get
There
him,
you
wouldn't
go.
you?
Martinez coming on.
For who?
Malacia.
Yeah.
World Cup winner. Just a couple of World Cup winners playing at centre back for United. Nice, that, innit?
Yeah.
Good stuff, that. We
Oh.
need to
Ooh.
stay sharp
about
here because
that.
it's been a bit ropey this second half, hasn't it? Fucking hell, Gray.
He's got nowhere to go there.
Don't
No, just
foul
let him
him.
walk out.
Hold on.
Who's Fred for you?
Fred's absolutely screaming.
Oh. Fuck you,
Telling
fuck
Coleman
you.
to fuck you.
Fuck you. What's he doing? He's losing his head. He's losing his mind.
Don't know why he's so mad there.
Someone's left a little something on him, hasn't he? Fred, don't lose your head.
I know, yeah.
Don't want to get you sent off.
No, that's it. Away.
Hold on, hold on.
Time.
Come on, win that.
Oh!
Flammable.
Christ.
Got
Got a bit fucking rogue this
I know,
game,
yeah.
hasn't it?
It's got a bit ropey, hasn't it? Fucking hell, everyone's just flying in everywhere. Well done, Fred.
It's gone fucking mental, this game. Everyone's shite.
Everyone's legs everywhere.
Just loads of
Joe,
slide
you wonder
tackles.
where I'd get one of my 6 goals when
In
I
this
played. This would be the game I fucking excel.
Oh, fuck.
So I don't mind that.
I'd excel.
Would you? Adobe Excel. Microsoft Excel.
So you're off walking tomorrow?
Yeah. To the cafe and back.
Nice.
It's a nice cafe, actually.
Is it a greasy spoon or is it a
I
hipster?
don't know.
built?
Is it a hipster or?
No, it's one of them. It's on like sort of like woodland ground. Don't know.
Oh,
So
right,
it's kind of
okay.
you get a tuna melt. You might get a hot chocolate. You probably get a Calippo.
At this weather?
No, I'm not saying you, but you have to buy one. I'm saying they're on offer for sale.
So it's not like artisan then. Are you going for lunch?
No, I think it'll just be a little snack.
Get a takeaway coffee or something.
Yeah,
Well,
Very
that'd be
strict
nice.
diet.
How strict?
I don't know.
He doesn't know what the diet is. He just knows he should be eating less than he normally does. Because today he's eating fish goujons, pork belly bites, and a bag of sweet popcorn.
What's your guilty pleasure? What's the thing that you can't say no
It's
to?
just really bad for your chicken wings.
Yeah, he loves. Yeah.
Do you know when you can feel your heart burning?
Yeah.
What's
Straight
your,
away.
If it doesn't hurt you, it's a shit
Yeah,
chicken
just
wing,
from
man.
the smell of it.
Yeah.
Why did you ask me about Miami Crispy, by the way? You going to go?
Well, I wanted to because I always hear it's this like for anyone who doesn't know, which would be most people. For some reason, it's got this like cult following, hasn't it?
Burnage, yeah.
It's this
Oh,
really
Bangladesh tonight.
shit.
Yeah, it's so good.
Like-
Like, it's open till 12.
But isn't it? But I thought it had some. I thought it was meant to be like actually quite good.
It is very good and it's fresh as anything. But why I say it's greasy is
Oh.
very good.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go there.
But isn't it? It's,
Everything in a pressure cooker, which means a lot of the oils stay in. Bloody hell.
oh fuck me. But it's like fried chicken. Like KFC sort of stuff.
Do you know in some chicken shops you see them put in a fryer and they drop it down and that's the chicken.
Yeah.
In like KFC in these places, if you can afford it, it's called a pressure cooker. Do you know when you see KFC they like unwind something and then they lift it out and the chicken all comes out? They've got one of them.
Wow. So it's not actually fried then, or
it's fried. It's fried. It's fried. Fucking hell.
His eyes, fucking his soul.
It's more than fried.
But it means it keeps a lot of like. I bet if you squeezed it, it'd just go.
Really?
But it's the flavours.
Did he have like
You had a cube of one. That's why their chicken's quite nice.
Did they have like a special sort of batter that they use, like a recipe?
Not sausage, Andy, but it's their season. The rumour has it that this man created this recipe and sold it to 3 places: Philadelphia's and Cheating Hill, Miami Crispy, and the New Mexico on 11 June. The New Mexico isn't that good.
I know New Mexico.
Like
that's the massive fucking one, isn't it?
Oh, it is massive. That I've not been in there. Is it any good?
It must be like the biggest
apparently
chicken.
they're not doing very well with the recipe. It's about the chefs as well.
Yeah.
You got to think about the boys at the
Where
back.
do you get this knowledge from?
I was in a queue once for Miami Crispy and someone told me he works in restaurants.
I love that. Did he have a big trench coat on and a hat, and you couldn't make his face out?
See, Miami chicken's a bit
revealed
closer.
it was actually the Colonel trying to down other chicken restaurants. That Mexico, what's it called?
New Mexico.
New Mexico chicken, yeah.
It literally
huge.
it's like the one from Breaking Bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, good turn, Rashford. All you lit.
Just under 9 minutes left.
Yeah. I do love a bit of fried chicken though.
What's your sort of weakness? What wouldn't you be able to not eat ever again? Because you went vegan, veg, didn't you?
He did, yeah. When I first knew him, he was
Vegetarian.
Well, vegetarian.
Presbyterian.
No, vegetarian.
Presbyterian.
And you'd eat a prawn.
Yeah.
We went to Chopsticks once together, and he was like, "Oh, I can't have that, but I'll have prawns."
Yeah.
There's an overrated food.
Prawn.
Oh, just for the effort. If you're getting them proper cooked, you know, I just don't think it's worth it.
No, I love a prawn. Just dipped in a bit of horseradish and a bit of butter.
Maybe.
Horseradish.
Oh,
Yeah, they had crab. Crab's nice.
I've had crab. You've had crab.
crab's good.
Ethan's had crabs. Talk a lot about food, don't we?
It's nice though, isn't it? Maguire and McTominay coming on.
Since this 5 sub rule is really in play, a lot of teams are making more and more subs now, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that you can do 4 subs and still have 1 remaining just in case.
Yeah.
I think they should have no subs. Just
Wasn't that how it was back in the day?
One sub on it, yeah.
Started in the 60s.
So if you were injured, what would happen? You're done.
10 men in from the 60s, yeah.
Really?
The 50s,
Fucking
man,
hell.
until that rule came in.
It's intense, isn't it? Just don't get injured.
You're not allowed to be injured.
Then in the 70s, I think it was a lot increased to 2.
Yeah. Look at us now, 5.
Or you should just have to keep playing until somebody wins.
Yeah. That's a good shout. Yeah.
I think they should do that.
It is.
Just keep going.
I
There's
think-
got to be a winner.
What
You know,
sport
in
did
extra
they do
time-
that?
They used to do it in boxing, didn't they? I think, but at the beginning
What,
of
just
boxing.
keep levering each other.
Until someone dies.
Yeah.
I think what you
until
do-
someone gives up.
Yeah,
I think they should do 30 minutes extra time and then it's golden goal after that.
Yeah.
Especially for like
Not
finals
for
and
every
stuff.
game.
No. For
You
cup
get your
games.
money's worth, though, wouldn't you?
Only for games where you would have penalties. I think that should replace penalties.
No, I like penalties.
I don't like penalties.
Oh, don't tell me you didn't enjoy the penalties in the World Cup.
The World Cup penalties. Were
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
but wouldn't you rather
It
have
is-
had just infinite minutes of the pre-match of the
It
previous
is an
game?
intense moment, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
no,
too
I
much,
don't
too
know.
intense.
To think we lost the Europa League off a David De Gea goal, penalty kick.
That's not right. That
It does. Yeah, it's got some.
I think it should be about winning a match of football, not some other game.
But can you imagine someone...
It's like a little fairground game at the end. We can't decide who's won.
How
So
long
let's
did
do a
Golden-
little hit the coconut shy.
How long did Golden Goal go on for?
Golden goal wasn't around for that long.
No, I mean like how long?
didn't last long
So
at
was
all,
it
did
Golden
it?
Goal who scored first within half an hour, then it's penalties? Was that
Yeah.
how it was?
Yeah.
It wasn't like infinite
No,
time.
but I think it should be.
Play for 2 weeks.
30 minutes as is. If you've won at the end of that, obviously you've won. But if it's still a draw after 30 minutes, then it goes to golden goal, and you just play until someone scores. Next
Can you
goal
imagine?
winner.
Can you imagine how bad the goals would be?
Yeah, but
like
that,
you're 2
I want
hours.
people like
maybe 3
dead.
hours into a
Only
game
for
of football.
finals though. That's only for cup
Oh, right.
finals. Not like I don't want that in the third round replay. You're playing 400 minutes. No, semi-finals and finals only.
Can you imagine the standard of football, how quickly the standard would drop?
But it'd be amazing though, wouldn't it? Imagine seeing people just absolutely out on their feet. They've played 170 minutes of football. Something about that would be quite magical, I think, at times.
Oh, you
Fucking hell, they just ran into each other, then our defenders.
Oh, come off it. Well played.
Bloody pen.
That was great, Martinez. I'll come
Strong,
back.
innit?
He's
Fucking
knackered,
hell.
isn't he, Martinez?
Knackered.
It looks like he's breathing heavy.
He's been in
from-
Qatar doing nothing for 4 weeks.
That's true, yeah, he's not.
It looked like he was breathing heavy then.
He's probably been smoking a shitload of cigars over in Buenos Aires.
That's true. You got to think about the party, and he must have done.
Yeah.
Must have done
Well,
something.
the thing is, said it, didn't it? Ten Hag said he needs to get back. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where Martinez is, but he needs to get back. They've got Bournemouth.
Well, fair play to them. You know, that's the only shit thing is that they won the World Cup, and he has to
Come
get
back,
to
yeah.
you know, that even if it is a couple of weeks, you could just spend in Argentina with your family and that.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, we got Charlton.
Charlton.
Yeah.
Charlton. Slightly better than Charlton.
Sorry,
Charlton Athletic.
Charlton in the fucking cup. Trying to play Charlton. Boom, boom, ba-dum.
Fred's been good since he come on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
should have passed it earlier there.
what happened there in the build-up? Everton looking for a free kick. I don't know what happened.
Joey, would you go for man of the match?
Do you know what? It's simply because of his impact in the second goal, and obviously picking up 2-6 Rashford.
Yeah.
He's just looked the man who wants to make chances.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
He's the only one who's even looked remotely themselves, I think.
Or Connor Cody.
Yeah. Who'd you go for?
Yeah, I agree with you. I'd definitely say Rashford.
Yeah. Deserves the goal, really.
Fernandes had a better second half. He was
Yeah.
non-existent in the first,
No.
but
Oh, I'd love a corner, me. Love the chaos of it. Oh, Bruno, come on.
Got to win that. Hold on.
Oh,
Referee.
Flip.
That's fucking bad,
was
that.
that on?
That's bad, that.
really bad.
Who was that on? Martinez. Fuck off.
I hope he's all right, because this is bad. Oh,
Anything could have happened there.
Oh, he's gone right. I don't know.
Anything
No,
could
it's
happen there.
it looked like it was the bottom of his foot. So that
Yeah.
you hope.
it's lucky it's not on his leg though.
I think it's the follow on that sends him flying, but I hope he's all right.
He's standing
Yeah.
up now.
So it's late, that, though. It's definitely yellow, innit? You couldn't call it a red, but fucking hell, it's painful, that. It's like Donny the other night. You can't really send him off for it because he kind of slipped into it, but fucking dangerous.
Yeah, make the most
Free
out
kick
of
to
it,
United,
surely.
25 yards out. How has Pickford's hair stayed that in place the whole game? Got some rate gel in it, hasn't it?
Why is he always complaining? Nothing's happened yet.
He's so mad.
His blood pressure must be really
I
bad.
know. Go on, Rashford. Just pop it in. Free kick. Full 25 yards out.
I don't feel Rashford's
Slide it
that
to
far away.
Garnacho.
I feel like Bruno's good.
Rashford. Ooh,
No.
decent. Yeah, I think it was going over, but he's touched it
Touched
there,
it,
hasn't he?
yeah.
Yeah.
The way I look at these games where we've not played very well and won is that if you compare them to previous seasons, these are the games that may have,
Yeah.
drawn or
Oh,
or
this-
got
this-
beat.
yeah.
This had we'd have got beat in this sort of game, especially
Yeah.
when we won 1-0 up and then come back.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Free
A
kick.
lot of Everton players complaining.
Oh, time wasting. What a fucking shock. They did it for the full first half, and then they're surprised and upset when we do it a bit. Corner to United. Go on. Out to Fred, 25 yards out.
Tellers, remember the Tellers goal like that?
Yeah.
Where did Tellers?
He went to
Where did Tellers
Portugal?
go? Did he go to Portugal? Yeah.
Benfica or Porto, one of them.
I think he's in Spain, isn't he?
Or Spain.
Don't fuck this.
Yeah, is it
up.
Sevilla? at the minute?
Sevilla, wasn't it? Yeah.
Don't balls it up.
Six
6
minutes.
minutes somehow.
Yeah, well, there was a player injured, wasn't he?
Oh, for fuck.
Iwobi was down for a while. A goal got disallowed.
Oh, that felt like it was going under the hair then, didn't it? Because the
Yeah.
Take Gray off him, wouldn't you? I like him.
I don't know. He's been good today.
He looks a class above most of them in the Everton team, isn't it? You think if Everton going down, he's got
Yeah.
Calvert-Lewis.
Yeah. Weird Calvert-Lewin, isn't it? Because there's a point about 18 months ago where he looked like he was...
Under Ancelotti?
Yeah, where he was going to be up against Kane for England and linked with United and 60, 70 million being rumoured, and then
I think he's
can't
got
even
like
start
12,
for
but
him.
he's got like nearly 12 goals in his first like 15 games
Yeah.
in that season. And then
Yeah,
I think
he did.
Ancelotti left, didn't he?
Was that
I think that mattered.
Madrid, didn't he?
He was saying that he was learning a lot from Ancelotti, from like the players such as Inzaghi, you know, how to steal a goal. But yeah, it just seems. Didn't he get a bad injury?
Yeah, he got an injury and then not really been the same since, not even getting a game for these most weeks. Or, you know, he doesn't start as many as he starts.
I think Frank's days are numbered, aren't they, at Goodison?
100%.
So we don't get
I don't know.
a
I don't know.
fucking goal
I don't know an Evertonian that wants him there.
No.
See, Martinez going back there. You know, he's out
Yeah.
work, isn't he? See, they left the Belgium
Not a
job.
bad shot, actually.
Has he left the Belgium job? I didn't
Yeah.
realise that.
Yeah, he's left.
Good. I don't know how we got it in the first place, to be honest.
Belgium are like Spurs of the fucking international football.
Fucking get out, get out.
Jesus.
Win that.
Oh, fuck
that's-
you!
Oh my
That's
God.
a fucking dodgy ball, that. Oh,
Goal kick. Fucking hell. That was too close.
they're wondering what's going on there.
Good little clip.
It
that.
hung in the air for a while,
Yeah.
didn't it?
Just enough, did enough to put him off.
Well,
It should
to
be
be
a
fair,
corner
should
there.
be a corner for them.
Yeah, just booing it long. 4 minutes to go.
Come on.
Bloody hell. Come on then. Need to hang on here, don't they? I think Rashford's been given man of the match there, is he?
Yeah. He's the only one who had any hunger in him, and it to win the game.
Yeah. Go on, McTominay. Good
a
pass.
Go on, and here we go. Here's himself.
Just slightly wide.
Ooh, he deserves the goal,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, he has to get that
Great
spot on
tackle,
goal.
isn't it?
Unlucky.
When's the draw? Is it Sunday?
Monday.
Monday.
Monday night.
Yeah, it's only like during the one show, innit?
Is it?
Yeah.
Genius doing the draw.
Before the Arsenal game,
Oh, is it?
playing Oxford.
It's a funny tie, innit?
Yeah.
Arsenal Oxford.
2.5 minutes to
Who
go.
Newcastle got?
Wednesday away.
Wednesday. You're playing on Wednesday?
Who are you playing against?
Sheffield Wednesday.
Oh, cheers,
Oh,
Andy.
sorry, I thought you kicked
Sorry.
on Wednesday.
Fred? Back to shore.
When-
Yeah?
He couldn't go, but it was a train strike.
Who couldn't?
Oh, great touch.
Go on!
Oh, what was that? I'm not even.
Rudo.
Is he shooting there, or is he trying to play it round
He's
to get that
shooting.
show?
He's shooting. I can't even
Yeah,
blame him after the touch.
Hollywood, wasn't it? Yeah.
After the touch, he thought, I'm having this. It's an unreal touch.
Oh, it was so bad.
Terrible shot, wasn't it?
The best of touches. It was the worst of touches.
I'll give you a lift on Wednesday if you need, Ethan.
You're going to Sheffield on Wednesday, anyway, aren't you? You can get in the car.
Yeah, I'll get it there easy.
You can't do this weekend though, can you? Nope. Come on then, one more. Good pass, Bruno.
Go on, lad.
Garnacho. Oh!
Yes!
Penalty!
Well in.
Marcus deserves a goal.
Well in.
Who's taking this then?
Fernandes
Bruno, innit?
Yeah, maybe Bruno.
Baby
Bruno.
Well
I don't
done,
know.
Garnacho.
I'd give it to Rashford. But yeah,
1 minute left.
No, I'll give it Bruno. Whoever's the best, give it them.
He's good. He just kept running. He had no hope of doing anything with
Godfrey
it.
can fuck off as well. He's been a dickhead tonight. I'm glad he's giving the penalty away.
He's the sort of player you'd like in your team, though.
Yeah, if he was better.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's a sort of personality you wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
He's just a twat, isn't he? No, it's a penalty. He's just all over him, isn't he? He trips him. He's got his hand on his shoulder.
And now he's grabbing his arse. That was weird.
Are they going to check it out, obviously?
Yeah.
Oh, Rashford.
Rashford taking
yes.
it.
Come on, Marcus.
Why do you think that is?
Maybe he's got now the new penalty taker.
Maybe.
Get his goals up, confidence.
Goals up, confidence. Penalty to Rashford. This will be the last kick of the game by the look of it. I thought their player's head was the ball for a second then. Did you see that? Yeah. That blonde hair at the bottom of the screen. Looks like a football on the pitch. You know what I mean?
Fucking nail it, please.
Go on. Rashford with a penalty. To finish it off, make it 3-1, put United through to the 4th round of the FA Cup. Where's he stood, look? Go on, Marcus!
Johnny Wilkinson!
Go on.
What was he
No!
Yes!
Get it.
3-1. And surely that's the end of the game as well, is it? Go on, blow the whistle. Don't even let him take the fucking kick-off, ref. There you go, Rashford, fingering his own head. As is tradition.
That fucking little Pogba run up there. And the blast from the pass.
He started to the right of the ball, didn't he? And then whipped it back around. He just waited to see where the goalie went, didn't he? Well done.
Fair play. He'd look in the other direction all the time, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Fair play. Good
Did
penalty,
well there,
man.
Rashford. What's that? 7 home games in a row he scored in now.
7 wins in a row now, United.
Yeah, brilliant. Really good. Like you said, perfectly said, this is the sort of game that for most of the last decade, we would have found a way to lose that.
Yeah.
Because it was difficult and we weren't at our best and we were, Everton got a bit of luck. But 3-1, it didn't feel like a 3-1.
No, it doesn't feel like
I think the ugly wins over the course of a season are probably more important than the games like Bournemouth that we won. Do you know what I mean? They probably bring more points.
Definitely. And there we go. That is full time. Manchester United 3, Everton 1. Goals from Cody, Rashford, and Antony put Manchester United through. I don't know why I said them in that order. We'll be back in a few minutes for the review. Just quickly before that, though, Joe, give me quick thoughts on that.
Yeah, loved it. I think it was unlucky straight away from David De Gea letting that Everton goal in. He got them back on the game for the first half. But the second half, you clearly knew that Ten Hag had spoke to them. It was a real back and forth game. We got lucky in some respects. There was a VAR goal that ruled offside in our favour. But bring it on. I think that in the 4th round of the FA Cup, we did really well.
Yeah. Thoughts?
Yeah, well, I predicted 3-0 before the game, and I think that we gifted them the goal. It was a late Christmas present that David De Gea gave Everton there, and I think that brought them into the game. It was a bit concerning how our confidence dropped off the back of that. It was a mistake. You'd have hoped United, with the football been playing in the position that we're in, that we would have been able to just say, all right, that's happened and we'll knock on. But obviously took the wind out of our sails. We've had the half-time team talk and we've come out and there was a lot more energy and enthusiasm. Fernandes was a different player, wasn't he, the second half. Rashford was man of the match and it was great that he got his goal at the end. I thought Fred was good when he came on. Garnacho as well, being involved to get the penalty. So there was a lot of positives. Wasn't the best performance, but like I said, ugly wins are better than, good looking draws.
Yeah. Cheers for coming on, Joe.
Thank you very much.
Find you?
Get the Sloppy Joe's podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
The link to that is in the description.
I've got to remember this because Jay has a go at me. Scotty and Motti on YouTube.
Yes, and the link to that is also in the description.
Take that, Jay.
How'd you forget
No,
that?
I just because I'm not that arsed about self-promotion. So he goes,
Oh, I thought you forgot the name of it.
No, because Jay always goes, where can they find you? I said, I don't know where I'll be.
Scotty and Motti
Ian Motter,
yeah, link to those in the description, so check them out. We'll be back for the review in just a moment. Stay where you are. You will automatically be redirected to the review, so stick around and we'll be back very shortly to dissect and pick through the entire Manchester United versus Everton. But we've won 3-1.
3-1.
Didn't really feel like a 3-1 game, but we've won, so I'll take it. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in a bit.